You're listening to the Empire Network.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn, and you are entering the Wastelands.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Star Wars Wastelands. I'm your host, McMahon. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you wherever you're joining us from. Joining us tonight is our usual panel of esteemed miscreants, hooligans, and whatever else we decide to call them this week. Sage, how you doing?
I think you'd be doing a lot better if I'd remember to unmute myself.
That might be helpful. But why exactly did you mute yourself in the first place?
Force a habit. I mute myself on the mobile all the time, every single time you introduce us. But I'm stationary at a computer with a proper high quality production mic. The first time in over a year for this?
It long enough that I can't remember. All right, and joining us, as always, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the great Ernesto Agapito Garces Coña de Adobar.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
That's the biggest one. And kudos to me because I got it right.
What's actually funny is I have a sombrero sitting right behind me that I'm actually contemplating wearing throughout the show tonight.
These sombrero photos you sent us earlier in the day are exactly why I was inspired to go with the Espanol.
So, funny story about that sombrero. I don't think Tye saw the pictures, but
I have not.
Consider yourself lucky.
Indeed.
But at work on last Friday, since it was Cinco de Mayo, they had like this random sombreros in one of the office call centers. So as we were going through, I was like, I'm just gonna borrow this. So that at the end of the day, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just not gonna give it back. I'm just gonna drive home with it, and I wore it the whole way driving home. And I'm a bigger guy, remember, so it was kind of touching the top of my car. So as I pull up to people at red lights or stop signs, an accident, I would just like slowly turn my head and look with like a blank stare at the people next to me. Got a lot of laughs. It was actually pretty funny. The funniest one was I was pulling up to the housing development, and the guy at the gar shack, he saw me, and he 100% fell out of his chair laughing. Because, I mean, how often are you going to see somebody, drive in wearing a big-ass sombrero on Cinco de Mayo? So, that's the story of that. I'm eating a pot pie, too, for anybody's interested.
Nobody is interested in your eating habits.
It's a creamy chicken parmesan pot pie by Marie Callender's. It is delicious.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. But also joining us off the top, special guest. You've seen him around a few times, and before we actually intro, I'd like to say, boom, we got it right. Sage and myself predicted it from the jump. Joining us now is our good friend. You might know him as Jason Solo. Mr. Tye Nelson, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. In fact, I'm on your same time schedule. I'm in Atlanta tonight.
Oh, you're in Atlanta tonight. Oh, man.
Yes. Yes.
What is Mr. Nelson doing where The Walking Dead's filmed?
Not filming on The Walking Dead. I'm actually here for my other job. So I'm getting some training done tomorrow and Friday. Then I'll be visiting with some friends for actually working on the Marvel movies over the weekend. And then I'm back into training Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
So, we won't have you, I don't believe we have you for too long tonight. We know we have a trivia match who you have a new opponent. But before we dive into that, I would like to take a second to point something out. McMahon and I, when you first announced your
Didn't
movie,
I already say that?
I want to dive into it. I want to pressure.
Oh, I'm just saying that I already said that we got it right, but you can
well,
reiterate that point, I
I'm going
guess.
to reiterate it about 10,000 times, but I will say this. I don't think, and McMahon can claim he did, but there's no way he knew. We had a hunch that somehow it involved Jaina and Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Had no
You
idea
guys-
it involved Jaina, Rey, Anakin, Kylo, Jason, and I know Jason's there because
And Luke.
even though
Don't forget Luke.
Luke. But I don't think in the pictures that I've seen anyway, Tye is
Mhm.
clearly shown as Jason. However, there's a picture where he has his coat on, and you can clearly tell he has the same armor piece on that he had on during Star Wars Legends: Legacy of the Force.
That's correct, with Kylo walking behind me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I did pick up on that. Well, with releasing all that, are you at any more liberty to tell us, even briefly, what this thing is about? You have me insanely curious.
Well, I can tell you this, and I know there's a little hype with the Anakin picture that we put out there, but like all stories, we have a story to tell, and we'll be including certain characters from certain timelines. That doesn't mean that they have a prominent role. And so if you're getting that vibe about what I'm talking about with Anakin, I can tell you that there's other characters in there that you'll be very happy to see. But again, doesn't mean that they're going to have a prominent role in it.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
I'm a pretty big guy.
Yeah?
Do you have a need for Jabba the Hutt?
Jabba doesn't make it into the story.
Well, if he ever does, give me a call. Because I can throw on some green spandex and just eat some chicken, and I could probably pull that off pretty well.
On the plus
Yeah.
side, no need for any puppetry. Just use Mondo.
Yeah, you just have to nail the voice. That's all, bud.
Yep. I'll just choke on a piece of chicken while I'm talking. It'll work out.
So I'm going to ask again. I believe
Yes.
you told us prior that this thing's only going to be about 5 minutes long.
That was the original intention.
I was going to say, there's no way I see this being 5 minutes long with the amount of detail and effort you guys have put into this.
I think now, with all credits and everything like that, we're still going to keep it under 10 minutes. You are not saying anything.
Well, we're just waiting for that 10 minutes to slowly become 15 or 20.
No, not going to
because,
happen.
you know,
It's not going to happen. It's a really concise script that I'm very happy with. In fact, the majority of people that have read it, and by majority I mean everyone who's read it, has been like, wow, that's really good. I really like this. And in fact, the people who have read it who are not Legends fans are like, wow, I want to know more about these other characters now. And I don't know whether if I told you last time when I got back from Orlando. I was handing out postcards, and my spiel was basically, so we're taking these characters from the expanded universe, Jason and Jaina, and they're interacting with these characters from The Force Awakens. And the majority of the people that I interacted with were like the people in the line for the Timothy Zahn book, Thrawn. And they're all like, wow, oh, that sounds interesting. And there was a couple of them like, huh, how are you going to do that? And I'm like, well, you'll have to watch the film. And then there was very few and far between. There's like, no, I don't want a postcard. No thanks. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to bother anybody who wasn't interested, so left them to their their celebration.
So,
Yes.
no question. Please.
Please
Good luck with
answer
that.
it, maybe. Please answer it, maybe.
I noticed that you said there's some other characters that are going to appear that haven't been shown. I believe that's
That's
what you
correct. Uh-huh.
Ben Skywalker, yes or no?
I'm gonna
Silence.
That sound you're hearing is
well,
is
I'm-
tumbleweeds rolling.
No, I'm staring at this glass full of water and ignoring your question. I cannot tell you who's going to be and who's not going to be in the film.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
but much like, we happen to, be one of the few that openly and abundantly screamed from the rafters, it's Rey and Jaina. We were on the right track then. You don't have to give us an answer, but maybe
Okay.
maybe the little one-eye wink, little something
Well,
like
I'm
that.
not going to give you any one-eyed winks or anything like that. I can tell you this. Out of the pictures that we posted out on our Facebook page, so far, there's a character that nobody has been like, oh, who's this? Right? And we didn't give too much about that character out there, and we're leaving it kind of vague right now, but it's up for speculation. But also, and this has got JC a little bit riled up too. So, in our initial picture that we posted of her, also our very first picture that we posted when we were plugging the Distant Echo, the one that we started getting grief about with the costumes, there's a couple of hidden things in there that nobody's grasped onto, and I'm like, really? For all these people that pick things apart and get spoilers, nobody's checked out anything? So JC has figured out, and so if she reaches out to any of you guys, don't give her the answer to this, and JC, I hope you're listening right now. But there's writing on the little white vest for the pilot outfit. And we all know from The Force Awakens what some of that writing is because it's all on every single vest. But we put something else in there that is absolutely Legends and categorizes in JC's character, in Jaina's character. So she doesn't know what it is, and she doesn't know how to look up what it is. So she's frustrated with me about.
All right, I need a translator right now. Like somebody get me my Arabesh guy. He's in Tokyo.
Don't tell her how to look it up.
Well, I'm not gonna tell her how to look it up. She probably thinks I'm speaking Greek. But I'm gonna get my guy and I'm gonna crack that code. He's in Taiwan, but I'll find him.
Hold on.
Yes.
I think I can decipher this.
Good, but don't do it over the radio.
Hold on.
Because if JC is listening,
This is a Mondo guess, so I guarantee it's gonna be 1,000% wrong.
Hold on. I got it.
okay,
Jar Jar Binks is Snoke. Is that what
You're-
it says?
I believe it's your Snoke theory is shit.
Well, damn. That's ouch.
I had to try.
Sweet. Okay, so that's enough spoiler stuff from
Actually, hang on.
my
I
end.
got a couple of things I want to add.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you see my message in the chat. I didn't really want to say it on the air, but I'm going to have to. I don't know if anybody else hears it. Your audio quality is atrocious right now, man. You sound like
Who?
a mix between Kylo Ren and Darth Vader at times. Does anybody else hear that? I'm hearing it on my end.
It's the sound equivalent of my Snoke theory.
Mine?
No, McMahon.
No.
McMahon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not really
so-
saying much.
Jinx, you owe me a pop.
But that's
Pop
just
in the mouth,
rude.
man.
I ain't giving you no cola. You'll get a
so-
liter of cola. That's about it.
Yeah, Fizz, I can hardly even hear you now.
I can hear him just
I
fine.
don't particularly know why. I'm lighting up full bars, so
That was
He's
a
a
much
little
louder. Still has
crackly.
very crackly.
Yep.
Um,
Snap, crackle, and pop, bro.
Snap, crackle, pop. Bear with us though. We've been having technical difficulties for a while, so
Freaking
figure it out. No, Ty, I asked about Ben Skywalker, not to pry, but I don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone does have a fan film out there that I haven't seen him in yet, I apologize. That Ben Skywalker has made his way onto the screen in any form yet. Now, Ben Skywalker was supposed to be the main character in a Star Wars Episode 7 video game prior to the sale to Disney. And he's one of my favorites, so that's why I asked if there's a chance we might see 15, 16-year-old Ben Skywalker. But we will wait with great eagerness for another great project. Do you have a target date that you're trying to get this out for?
Yes, I do. And
Target time, maybe not specific date.
Before the end of the summer.
Oh wow, that's soon.
Yeah. We have, so here's the fun part. So we've wrapped principal photography. However, we wrapped a couple of weeks ago, and we just found out from our editor. We were sitting down and we were like, hey, what happened to this shot and this shot? And he goes, well, these were the only clips that was on that card. And I'm like, no. So there's a few shots that were missing from a very expensive day. And we may have to go and do some reshoots. Luckily, it will be during the day instead of night, so I won't have to get a huge lighting package or anything like that. But they were very important shots that we want to make that cinematic feel to the project. But aside from that, my VFX guy said that that he can have what I want done by the end of this month. And I'm like, really? So that's a bonus. And then aside from that, once we have our locked edit, we go into sound, and our sound guy is going to be doing our score too. So, yeah, it should be done before the end of the summer. Sooner, hopefully, rather than later. And it will all depend on whether if we need to go and get these pickup shots too.
You know, there's well, for anybody who's in this call right now on a mobile device, don't say anything that resembles like you're calling out and asking your personal assistant on your phone for help, because it jacks the entire call up.
I have no idea what you mean by that, and I'm not doing it.
So whenever, if you have an iPhone, you say, hey, a certain person's name,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll bring up the little assistant. Well, I double tapped like the center button, I guess like too many times on my iPad, and brought her up, and she sounded very unhappy with me. And then when I came back to the call, like I was like disconnected, like I couldn't hear anybody. So I was giggling because the first word that I heard, oh man, the first thing I heard back was extensive lighting package. And it took everything I have to not roll out of this chair in laughter.
Well, at least there was lighting in there instead of just an extensive package.
Welcome to Wastelands, everybody.
Indeed.
Yeah, let's get right to it. Ty's
I'm going to
scheduled
crack this code. I'm just telling you that. I'm going to get it.
And by he means he's going to get it, I'm going to get it, and then he's going to take half credit for it.
False, all right, because I noticed it. I figured it out what it is. I just need to, brush up on my language and reading skills.
Your intergalactic writing.
That's right. I don't have my protocol droids in the shop right now, okay? I'm sorry.
Well, good luck. Feel free to message me if you want to verify, but...
He'll just stare at a glass of water again.
Just like
It's gonna be like that moment where message
Oh,
seen
no.
but no response.
No,
It's
if-
just gonna make me sit and oh man, did I get it? Am I right?
No,
And just wait.
I can guarantee you, if you guys message me, that I'll say yes or no to that on the intergalactic writing there. But if you're looking for any confirmation about certain characters, now, oh, somebody just got hazy.
Somebody just stepped out into a wind tunnel.
That is not me. I believe it's Mondo's mic lighting up. But anyway, we are here to have a entertaining trivia match tonight. It's a tournament match, actually.
I'm here to get my ass kicked.
The winner of this match will move on to the second round of the number one contenders tournament. The winner of the tournament will go on to face current champion, and we'll determine who that champion is at the end of the night. But joining us for the match, it's none other than John Mac McCormick. How are you, buddy?
If he's saying anything, I'm not hearing it.
Not saying anything.
He's here, but I do not hear him. And he's posting in the chat. Johnny Mac, do you have us?
If he doesn't, I'm pretty sure Jason's about to stab someone.
Well, since we're doing all the Jason stuff, how'd you guys have them coming?
You want to hear you over all the static?
Our project. How's it coming?
Well, interesting little story here, and I'll keep it really quick as we wait for John Mac McCormick. He apparently can hear us, but we can't hear him. That's actually, I was going to say that's okay, but we need to hear you by the third round. So we had a 7 or 8 hour shoot the other day, and everything on the camera looked fantastic. After shooting it, every time we shoot something, we play it back before going forward. I try to get a good fix of everything. Remind you, this is extremely low budget compared to what you're doing, and and generally at the end of the day, I'll upload the dailies and we take a look at. Generally, when turn them over into a 1080p HD, it looks a lot better. Well, for whatever reason, the lighting that was used the other day was atrocious. Even though it looked acceptable on the camera, once you got it on a big screen, it was just not serviceable. And I'd say we lost about 2/3 of what we shot that day. So that was definitely frustrating, specifically because we don't have access to the actress now till the end of the month. But we won't make that mistake again.
Man, that sucks, man.
The nature of natural lighting.
I know. That's got to be so heartbreaking. I would.
The worst part is they pulled off, without giving too much away, it was a really physical scene where Michael Myers is like ragdolling this tiny little petite girl.
I saw the pictures.
And they did a fantastic job. And now they're going to have to do it again. So.
So I saw the pictures too, and I was like, are these like poster ones? Because she looks like she's not exactly frightened of him.
Yeah, that's not an actual shot from the movie.
Okay, that's what I was...
From promotion.
Yes, exactly. Okay, then.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I'm trying not to.
You know what? I'm trying to. You know what?
That takes I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost to a whole new level.
Do we have Johnny Mac yet?
Here, but not here. Still.
He can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Alrighty. Well, Mr. McCormick, you're very lucky today. You're going to get to play because we're introducing a brand new round in this competition. And you answer via the messenger in that as well. For the third round, we'll let you answer via messenger as well. So don't bother trying to get your mic to work. We will
keep on keeping on.
We will keep on, keep it on, and we will send you the bill.
And will message you directly, right?
Yes,
Sage?
me directly, as in
Okay.
Sean Allen Giroux on Facebook.
Yep, got it.
And
You
you've
dare
just now
address me again on the
subjected
show.
yourself to... every fan is going to now send you random junk.
You know, I've got ridiculous amount of friend requests on Facebook the last little while. I also seen that when we did our last show promo that
what is
2,000
happening
people
right now?
reached it.
What is happening?
It looks like John has joined a couple of times.
Wait, we have video from John. Do we have audio?
Do you have it,
And
John?
now we have no video.
He's like, oh shit, turn that off.
I just flicked out at my iPad, and it was like flickering and doing all sorts of weird things. I was like, oh no, I can't even afford toothpicks right now, let alone to replace my iPad.
Can you imagine if we were all like videoed up on the Skype call, half of us like already ready for bed, the other ones like got our hair and like curlers and stuff. Wait. Okay.
Hold on, is my camera on?
All right, well, Mr. McCormick, don't worry about it. You're still going to be a part of the match, but you're going to answer the questions via Messenger to me. So Facebook Messenger, open a private window just to me, and you'll submit your answers via there. Let's get right to it, though.
Can I give Tye some advice really quick?
Uh-oh.
You're going to give Tye advice.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
this is going
Tye,
to be good. Hang on, let me get some.
Remember to do the opposite, okay?
Yeah, so Tye, whenever questions are asked, don't answer them with the question. Okay? That 9 times out of 10, that's not the answer.
10 times out of 10, that's not the answer.
Your true or false questions, don't pass. I did that before. Didn't go very well.
What I learned from the last one is don't answer the question before the question is finished.
That's a good lesson.
That is
That's a
how
good
I
lesson.
lost the last one.
You know what? That is a very
You
true.
gave McMahon an unneeded win.
It's all good.
All right, so let's get straight to this.
Yeah,
Here we
baby.
go. It's the Star Wars Wastelands Trivia Showdown, and we have Tye Nelson going up against John McCormick. Tye Nelson with a record of
0.
0 wins, 1 loss, but went the distance in a competitive match and scored a decent amount of points, which is why he's ranked. Actually, I don't know if you're still ranked. There was new rankings released today, and for the life of me, I'm just pulling up now. And
I think Nicolette kicked me off last week.
Yes.
Mhm.
Nicolette kicked you off, so Tye Nelson would be ranked 11th right now with a record of 0-1, and John Max in the top 5 with a record of 1-1. So here we go. The first round is the messenger round. You will answer the questions directly to me, Sean Allen Giroux, on Facebook. You'll have 15 seconds to submit your answer. Not more, not less. 15 seconds. I will be asking the questions for
Wait a
round
minute,
1.
hold on. I'm a little confused. If I get my answer in before 15 seconds is up, I'm going to be disqualified?
Yes, that's cool.
Guys,
So-
I'm just joking.
Questions in round 1 are worth 2 points apiece. There is no multiple choice. Mondo, since you won't be asking any questions, we're going to go to you, man. Who do you think takes this one? Tye versus John. It's a good rankings match, but it's a more important tournament match because the winner will go on to the final 4 of the number 1 contenders tournament.
You know what? I think Tye may pull off the upset. Sounds like he was. He went the distance against McMahon, and that's pretty tough to do. So, don't let me down, Tye. No pressure.
I think I lucked out and got a whole bunch of Legends questions last time, and so I'm expecting to get my ass closed this year.
But you know what? Don't do that to me. I just couldn't.
Just a heads up.
Alrighty, here we go. It's round 1, the messenger round.
Ding, ding.
Question number 1. On what planet does a smuggler tell a farmer it's going to cost 10,000? Answers are in. That was a bit of a softball, and we We have two correct answers. Tye and John both answered Tatooine. Now, what if I said it was like Jakku in a new novel that you guys had never read?
Then we would have gotten it wrong.
Then there would have been several protests filed, and you would have looked like a fool.
Alrighty. Here we go. Question number 2. Where do we first see R2-D2 in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope? Answers are in. Both competitors have answered the Tantive 4, which is correct. Don't worry about spelling, Tye. As long as you didn't put like the Millennium Falcon and tried to pass it off as the Tantive 4, you're good. Alrighty, question number 3. In what Star Wars novel series is Mara Jade killed? Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Answers are in. Both competitors have answered Legacy of the Force. Both competitors are correct. Question number 4. In the video game for the Nintendo 64 and the PC, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, which takes place in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, what character do you play as?
Tye is starting to stumble.
Answers are in. Both competitors answered Dash Rendar. Both competitors are correct.
It was a video game question. Yes, I was hesitant.
The final question of round number 1, the messenger round. Which Star Wars character do you play as in Knights of the Old Republic 2? There are 2 possible answers here.
2 acceptable answers.
Yes.
Not possible.
Because technically you play as like 10 different people. Answers are in. Both competitors are wrong.
Oh.
John McCormick answered Revan, and Tye answered Starkiller. We would have accepted Mitra Surik or the Exile. Same person. So after round 1, we got a score of 8-8. Now, McMahon is going to ask you the questions for round number 2. But before he does, I'm going to explain the rules to round number 2. It's called the Round of Chance. You're going to get 5 questions, which again, you'll answer over Messenger. Each question is worth 2 points. If you answer it, you get the answer right, and you get 2 points. If you answer it wrong, you will lose a point. So if you answer incorrectly, you lose 1 point. If you don't answer at all, you will not lose a point. Adding some strategy to this round. So to repeat, if you answer correctly, it's worth 2 points. If you answer incorrectly, it's worth 1 point. And if you don't submit an answer, it's worth 0 points. Fizz, take her away. I'll time the 15 seconds.
All right.
Wow, it's loud.
Your first question in the round of chance. What planet is Han Solo from? What planet is Han Solo from?
Answers are in. Both competitors have answered Corellia. Both competitors are correct, bringing the score to 10-10.
All right. Question number 2. Where was Princess Leia born? Where was Princess Leia born?
Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3. Answers are in. John McCormick answered Polis Massa. Tye Nelson answered on a spaceship.
Ooh.
So we have our first lead of the game. Johnny Mac has taken a 12-10 lead.
12 to 9.
Pardon me, 12-9.
12-9, right? But how aren't they born on the spaceship?
No, they're born on Polis Massa in the medical facility. Obi-Wan carries Padme pregnant off the ramp down into the...
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I missed that. I thought they were still on a spaceship.
Negative, sir.
Okay.
All right. Question number 3. In Episode 1, how old is Anakin Skywalker?
Answers are in. John McCormick answers 10. Tye Nelson answers 8. The correct answer was 9.
Sorry, I thought it was funny for some reason.
That gives us a score of 11 to 8. 11 to 8. All right, gentlemen. Question number 4. How many Star Wars movies did Gary Kurtz produce? How many Star Wars movies did Gary Kurtz produce?
Answers are in. John McCormick answers 1, which is incorrect. Tye Nelson answers 2, which is correct.
That gives us a tie heading into the final question.
Empire and Jedi.
That's incorrect.
Is it?
A New Hope and Empire. Him
Oh,
and
really?
Lucas had it out, which led to him not coming back to Jedi.
Oh, I thought it was Empire and Jedi. All right.
You lose
That's
it.
a good thing that wasn't the
I
question.
lucked out. I lucked out.
Tie. Tip 4.
All right,
No, I
folks.
can't hear you.
Nothing but static coming from Mondo right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mondo is-
Hey, Mondo, mute. Okay, let's rock.
All right, folks. Question number 5, the final question in the round of chance. What was the name of the pod race Anakin won in Episode 1?
Okay, we got 2 answers in. I'm going to have to actually ask, and we'll do it on air. So apologies if this offends some people. As a racing fan, I want to say one of these answers is correct and one of them is not, but we'll go to Mondo and McMahon to determine this. Mondo, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so the question was, what was the name of the pod race that Anakin Skywalker won in Episode 1? John McCormick answered Boonta Eve, and Tye Nelson answered the Boonta Eve Classic. I firmly believe that Ty's answer is right and John's isn't, but I see how some people might think that's nitpicking, so I'm going to confer to you two on what you think.
I would say that's nitpicking. I just went with the full answer. Most people would just call it the Boonta Eve.
I would say either.
I mean, I'd agree that Ty's is more correct, but to say that John's is incorrect would probably be stupid.
I would have to log a formal protest if you did not both give both of us the points, because I think we're both correct.
I mean, like it would be like the difference in between calling like the Indianapolis 500 the Indy 500.
All right,
Correct.
So we're gonna give both competitors a point there,
Yeah, baby.
which brings our score up to, I believe, 12 to 12.
12 to 12.
Really? I caught up?
Yes, you
Yeah.
caught up. So
Oh.
we got 12 for Ty,
You
12
caught
for
up
John.
on Kurtz.
Okay.
Here's where it gets dicey, though. Round number 3 is the, and I don't believe you had a chance to do this round last time, Ty,
Okay.
is the secret question round.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Okay, so what happens here is you guys will each pick 3 numbers between 1 and 8. So, for example, if you were to pick numbers 1, 7, and 2, the first number you say will be worth 2 points. The second number you say will be worth 3 points, and the third number you say will be worth 5 points. You do not have to say them in order. Each number is a different question to a different Star Wars category.
Mm.
John McCormick is higher ranked and it's a tie game, so he gets to pick his 3 numbers first. So, Mr. McCormick, we need 3 numbers. Okay, that was quick. Johnny Mac has picked 4, 2, and 7. McMahon will read Johnny Mac his questions. I will read Tye his. Tye, we need 3 numbers between 1 and 8 that aren't 4, 2, or 7.
3, 6, and 5.
Alrighty. You will have 10 seconds to answer each one of these.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start with the man who's high ranked, John Mac McCormick. Question 4, Fizz.
Yep. All right. Question 4. In the category of Star Wars video games, your 2-point question. Who is the main villain in Knights of the Old Republic 2?
And just to clarify before you answer here, we mean villain with the most screen time. John Mac McCormick has his answer in. He answered Darth Nihilus. That is incorrect. Darth Sion. Darth Sion, however you want to pronounce it, is the main villain. Even though
I want to
on the cover.
nitpick, but if you're going villain based on screen time, wouldn't it actually be Traya?
No, because Traya doesn't reveal herself to be Traya to the very end.
But she's still a villain through the whole thing. Who has the
No,
most
she's
screen
not a
time?
villain through the whole thing. She's just no. That's a terrible nitpick.
I'm saying she was a villain through the whole thing. She just didn't. That's like saying that Palpatine wasn't a villain until he revealed himself.
Well, that's different. You know Palpatine's a villain in Episode 1. They show you in Episode 1 and in Episode 2. So they don't show you that to the end of the game in Knights of the Old Republic 2. So, boo. So no point for Mr. McCormick. We're going to stick with Mr. John Mac McCormick for his 3-point question. Fizz.
All right. Your second question, your 3-point question, in the category of the original trilogy. What year did Empire Strikes Back come out?
That's my question.
Yes, it's John Mac McCormick's.
Hear 'em.
Answer is in. Mr. McCormick has answered 1981, and that is incorrect. So, Johnny Mac, 5-point question. You need this to apply some pressure to Tye here. 5-point question, Fizz.
All right. Your final question. In the category of release dates. Okay.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
Because I
Can
was
you hear me?
kind of scratching my head. That
I can't hear you.
That sounds like a new voice, so it sounds like John's
that is
finally...
Johnny Mac. That we have
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yes.
I switched the phone instead of my computer.
All right.
I was
So,
gambled that it might work.
yes, that's exactly what it's meant to be.
Hold on, pause for a second, guys.
Yes.
John, are you from Ireland?
No, I'm from Liverpool.
Okay,
England?
so just another... well, I guess it probably still would have been 1980. I was just wondering whether if the overseas release was in 1981.
Well, it was, yeah, but I know it was 80. And I
Okay.
guess just after the year, but it was. It was
Gotcha.
the same with the New Hope as well.
Yep. Okay. Continue.
All right. Your final question. In the category of release dates. What year was the Thrawn canon novel announced?
For some clarification on that, Mr. McCormick, he means when was it announced, not in terms of when it was going to come out, but rather when they made the announcement. So I guess it should have been dates, not release dates. That's my bad. I'll repeat the question one more time. What year was the Thrawn canon novel, meaning the current canon, the new canon that's happened after Disney has taken over Star Wars, which was in 2012. What year was the new Thrawn canon novel announced? 10 seconds, John.
I put it in.
John has John has answered 1990.
Do you want to repeat the question for him again, letting him know?
Yeah, I'll do it one more time.
Yeah.
What year was the Thrawn canon, meaning the current Star Wars canon, not Legends, but canon, which starts in 2012 and on?
Oh, right.
What
yeah.
year was it announced?
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. I got confused then. Yeah.
John answers 2016, and he is correct. Might have to give Tye a little bit of a break on one of his.
It's all good.
Yeah, I was thinking about the original Thrawn.
Mm.
Yeah.
That would have been correct. So John McCormick has taken a 17-12 lead. Mondo, you still confident in your boy Tye Nelson here to be able to at least tie this thing up, if not win it?
So far he's been hanging pretty tough. A lot tougher than he thought he would. So, yeah. I think he might go.
Can anybody else hear Mondo? Because he's pretty much drowning for me.
No, he's drowning.
I'm hearing
in traffic.
static, just pure unfiltered
Lots of static, but he's giving me kudos. So,
yeah, he was giving some
thanks,
props
Mondo.
to Tye, and I'll echo those, but I can see the question.
Yeah, apologies to everybody out there tonight. It's a weird technical night. I don't think it's any one person or individual.
We're trying out a new method of bringing you the show, so kinks to be worked out.
Yes, and not to mention that even the prior method was working terribly before we went live. So,
which is why we went to the new method, which is bringing on new problems. Which, you know, it's the cycle of screaming.
So, my turn?
It's time for your questions.
it is
Now, am I typing them or am I just saying them?
You can just say them.
Okay. Three, 6, 5.
Fizz, do you want to do the questions for Tye?
I can do his as well.
Searching something for Dominic right now.
All right, Tye. Your first question in the category of Star Wars novels.
Oh boy.
What novel does Anakin's friend Kitster reappear?
I don't lose any points by making a guess, right?
Wild guessing is allowed in this round.
Tattooing Ghost.
That is correct.
Maybe you should wildly guess more often.
Okay. It's just the other one that made sense. That's when the Falcon goes back to tattooing or something like that. Yeah, anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Tye. Your second question to tie the game. Your 3-point question in the category of Star Wars actors. Star
Okay.
Wars actors. Which Star Wars actor appears in Taken 3 but is not Liam Neeson?
Oh my god. Ooh.
This is a tough one.
John Boyega.
That is incorrect.
Of course it is.
We are not going to tell you the answer either on air, because we might use this question later tonight.
Okay.
All right. Your final question. Get it right, you win the game. Your 5-point question. I'm hearing unfiltered static here.
Mondo, put it back on mute.
No, I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
It was
You're
when
clear as day now.
it's when I unmuted it, it stopped. So
Fantastic.
I don't think I was the problem.
All right. Hi.
Here
Your
we go.
final question. Get it right, you win the game. Get it wrong, you lose the game. No pressure.
Okay. All right.
Your final question in the category of Star Wars posters. Star Wars poster. What film poster does Jabba the Hutt appear on?
Film poster.
episodic film poster, yes.
Right. It would be Return the Jedi.
And your winner, advancing to round number 2. It is the man that brought you Star Wars Legends Legacy of the Force, Mr. Tye Nelson. Congratulations, buddy, on the win.
Woohoo, I thought it was a trick question.
No trick question here. We'll get back to you in 1 second, Tye.
Yep.
John Mack, thanks for joining us again tonight, brother. We know it's an obscenely late or early time, depending on how you look at it for you over there.
4 a.m. here.
4 a.m. I'll be in bed at 4 a.m. So, but another hard-fought match for you, man. I'll give you this. Even though your record reads 1-2, every single game that you've been in has come down to the final question, and that's impressive.
Yeah. That's
Leave it all on the
it's just the Empire one. It's because I didn't get to see the lazy one. I think that's what did me. I'm so used to. I remember seeing it in '81, and I remember it was actually released '80, so that kind of threw me.
We hear you. Alrighty. Big hand there for Mr. McCormick. And
glad to finally actually hear you instead of just typing the whole night. It was a very quiet game.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying not to be able to hear it. I'm defeated, but I hope to come back again. I will once again attempt to try and
get back in the win category.
If you have me back again, I will come back again and challenge any years.
We will definitely have you back again, man. Just pay attention to the Facebook Messenger, and we'll probably see you in a few weeks, buddy.
All right, will do. Congratulations on the win, Tye. And
thanks, buddy.
Go for it. Wait for those. Good answer on that Tatooine Ghost, by the way. I knew that one and was just like, is he going to get it? Oh, we got it.
That was really a lucky guess. It really was.
Well, if there's one thing I can tell you is sometimes lucky guesses are the right guesses.
Yeah.
In my experience, there's no such thing as... Wait, no, never mind.
It was the will of the Force.
Who invited you?
Will of the Force it was.
I invited myself.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, Tye?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Feel like I'm left out of the fan club right now with these two getting to meet in person.
Yeah. We were talking about that a little bit.
Won't rub it in your face too much, but it was pretty awesome.
Good. It was good. Oh, before we go on to the next thing, you guys talked about the 3 things that you don't like about Star Wars last week.
Yeah.
Can I pitch mine in there, or is it too late to do that?
Actually, we're looking for a little bit of a filler here before we get Dominic on. So if you want to take a few minutes, knock yourself out, buddy.
Okay, and of course, you know they're going to coincide with some of the things that you guys have already said. But the first thing I'll say is exclusives. The whole deal, the reason why I just brought this up too is because of how the exclusives were mistreated at the celebration and everything like that, and you had to get this to get the pin and everything like that. There's got to be a better way to where an exclusive can be pre-ordered, and so that the people who, I mean, the people who need to be making the money off of it are the people from Star Wars, not the scalpers, right? And so, but it's the scalpers who get in and buy them all, and then they're like thousands of dollars on eBay. So I hate that whole exclusive thing and the way that, because it's not the fandom that are now buying it. It's people who know that there's a fandom for it and are out scalping it. The second thing, and it will go with the Legends universe, somebody said it last week, it is the hashtag, give us Legends. I have an issue with that because it's a demand. You have your fans that are demanding that you give something to people, and when it's not our place to demand, it's our place to want and desire because we're fans of this thing. If you demand something or if you have to have something, go do it yourself. That's my philosophy on it.
Good point.
And then the last thing, which is my biggest pet peeve, is story arc. What is the proper term for this? When things don't follow suit, like you have 30 years in between, or is 16 years probably in between Return of the Jedi and Episode 1. You have all this time to have sat down and worked the script out to make sure that it coincides with what you've already established for 4, 5, and 6, and you don't do it. Same with Rogue One. You know, you have you're looking at things and say, okay, what is our Bible? 4, 5, and 6. The original trilogy is our Bible. So we must make sure that if it says, you know, the Jedi are an extinct religion, then it is because they have actually been extinct. We're talking about a religion that's been extinct and that nobody knows what it is or anything like that, then it's that thing that, you know, it's like if you built up your story, if you have something and then you just throw that out the window, that would be my pet peeve. Yeah, I mean, I love Star Wars and everything like that, but if you're going to create attachments to it, then use what you've created in your initial to continue the story. Those are my 3.
Definitely a great list.
Fizz, you totally went into silent mode.
Yeah, I can't hear him either. Ben, did you get a chance to do this last week? Your 3 things that, and we're not here to hate on Star Wars, but rather things about whether it's the fan.
Bunch of haters.
Well,
That was all right, I guess.
You know what? I mean, you can take the thing that you love the most in life, and you can still find things that you would change about it. You know, and that's basically what we're doing. Is we have something that we love in life, but there are things that still drive us a little crazy, and you know.
Yeah, we're fans. It's just natural. I don't care who you talk to, and of course there's people out there. You're not a true fan if you don't love everything. Like, just get out of here. Like, you know, everyone has something that bugs them. Everyone has something that just drives them insane. You want me to tell? I can think of one offhand that I know still drives me insane. The Tantive V3 is a ship that appears in Episode 3. This ship, apparently, of course, when you watch Episode 3 and you watch all the films, you would think, oh, okay, so that's Tantive 4. That's the Tantive 4 that they're on at the end of Episode 3. You'd assume that. It looks exactly the same, you know, thing, and there's things, they even have promotional images of Anakin on board that ship, like there's all kinds of, just homages to that. It's great stuff. No. Apparently during the production of Episode 3 or whatever, it didn't quite match the specifications of the Tainted 4. So they retconned the ship out of existence. It's not the Tainted 4 anymore. It's the Tainted 3 in Episode 3, which makes that null and void, and they even went further with this. The Clone Wars, if you notice, Tainted 3 is blue in Revenge of the Sith, whereas they went back in the Clone Wars, and the Tainted 4 actually appears in the Clone Wars. It's red, which makes it even more harder to retcon and basically just seals the deal on that. So I hate that so much. I hate it. It's so dumb. Why didn't they just make that ship the Tainted 4? It makes no sense.
It should have been. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I've ruined it for you. I'm sorry. But it's the truth. It's canon now, even though I refuse to believe it is canon. I try to ignore it best I can. And just think, I don't care what Pablo or Leland say. That's the Tainted 4 in my mind.
Well, to me, that's like metachlorines, or, you know, I don't know. Like, that still drives me banana sandwich. Like, I don't know why. Like,
sandwich?
Yeah.
Banana sandwich. You haven't heard that term before?
No.
And episode 4, it's all about the chosen one and or not the chosen one, but it's like he trains and all this stuff, and then episode 1, it's like no, that ain't it. No.
Well, see, okay, here's why I'm not trying to turn this to a bait here. Here's why I don't have a problem with midi-chlorians. Midi-chlorians are a sign of the times for the Jedi, and you have them in episode 1, and they're really, of course, because of the reaction, you won't hear anybody, even George Lucas, refrain from actually talking about midi-chlorians because of the reaction to them. But the fact of the matter is, they are a sign that the Jedi have lost their way, and the fact that the Jedi are just overcomplicating everything. And it's come to a point where there's nothing mystical about the Force, there's nothing spiritual about the Force, it's all about science and about trying to explain everything. And when you do get to the original trilogy, they have lost all that. They have given up all that, for the rightfully so, to get back to the basics. So I think that's why I don't necessarily have a problem with midi-chlorians. But yeah, it's science, I think, but I think it's all part of the plan to say, hey, look, it is wrong. It is something that it's stupid, but in the context of the universe, I think it should be looked at as stupid as well.
There are some pseudoscience things that I'd say, but they could be horribly inappropriate. So I'm just going to leave it at midichlorians stink.
I concur. And to me, I hear what you're saying there, but the midichlorians is what it did story-wise, is it took the science, it took the fantasy out of the science and made it science fiction, right? And Star Wars was never science fiction, it was science fantasy. And so as a person who's more involved in the story of what Star Wars was,
Are we having issues here?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can. It just kind of just stopped you in mid-sentence, and that was it.
Yeah.
I could hear it the entire time.
Yeah, it just dropped me from the call, and I rejoined about 2 minutes ago, but I don't know what else is going on.
I'm here now, too.
Woohoo! Is that Dominic?
Look who's
Hey,
back.
Tye, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How's it going, buddy?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Sage is a little jealous of our friendship,
Yes.
and meeting at the con.
I hear the bromance going on right now.
Yeah,
you
baby.
know it. So what's going
I'm
on?
sure I've seen a Star Wars Celebration. Dominic had his arm around somebody, so
Well,
I'm extremely jealous.
why you got to come to Fan Expo.
Gonna happen.
Good.
Gonna have to charge you for the arm thing, though.
I'm curious who the arm is around.
Yeah, Dominic.
I don't know most of them, but literally, I was looking through pictures today while putting up the poster for Ben versus Dominic, and literally Dominic had his arm around pretty much everybody that was in their booth.
Yeah, you got one of me sleeping. Thanks a lot, dude. Something more.
You gotta catch your winks in whenever you can.
Hey, you could have got me in our interview with Tye, because I believe I was nodding off in that one too. Basically, at any point you could have caught me with my eyes closed.
Well, Tye.
Easy that weekend.
Ty. I just heard.
He's just saying I'm boring.
Yeah, I just heard. I find Tye so boring. I was interviewing him and I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
No. Nothing is boring at
We
Celebration.
have been
Not
interviewing
ISL,
people at 3:30 a.m. and I've still managed to stay awake, Ben. You got to be awake for your interviews.
Oh, hold on.
No. Yeah,
Let me defend Ben here for just a
take it away, please.
Because we have been up for the better part of the last 72 hours. So
No excuse.
Okay, let me help out Ben too. It's not like I was like one of the models in the Princess Leia outfit, you know?
There you go.
Still no excuse.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's a Mondo-like comment.
Hey, Tye, you are to me, okay?
Nothing making people happy.
You whine, you moan, you complain. If I felt like you, I'd slit my wrists.
Whoa, calm down, Avril Lavigne.
Wow.
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?
So before we dive into this match, I don't think Dominic's had a chance to talk about it yet, but on last week's episode, we all said 3 things that we don't like about the Star Wars universe, whether it's specific fan bases or advertising or something in the movies.
Oh,
or
God, this is going to be good.
And everybody's given their 3 things, and Dominic, we're just dying to hear yours.
3? So 3 things I
Don't like.
universe or out of universe. Okay. Oh man. So I wish I'd had some warning. I would have thought about this because
No thinking, just
Now it's
answer.
all win, so.
Man, okay, you're on Wastelands. No thinking allowed. That should be our.
Mondo, there, thing number 1.
Wow, that was too perfect.
That should be our new tagline.
no thinking
We're
aloud.
on Wastelands. No thinking allowed.
Leave your
Well,
thoughts
okay.
at the door.
Well, there's one thing I bring up. There's this podcast and they do a trivia, and currently there's one person who has the most wins and the least losses, but they're somehow not considered the champion. Somebody who has less wins and more losses is the champion. So that's number 1. That is right up there.
As a hockey fan, I'm
Somebody
extremely
should maybe
disappointed.
remind Dominic that, when an undefeated person who wins a belt loses, they still lose the belt.
You guys, man, the shade being thrown right now is...
I think I'm going to take up soccer. I think I'm going to become.
Okay, that's it. Kick him off. Get him out of here.
Hey, you know what, Dominic? You might be able to pull off those soccer shorts, buddy.
Don't think so.
Hey, you know what? I'll be lining up for hugs if you wear those bad boys.
I'm gonna
Well-
walk away.
Yeah, I think that's the right idea. I think that's the right idea. Yeah, well, maybe I'll show up in Texas in a pair of.
Well, you always got to make it weird, man.
You and I, Mondo, we'll just roll up to Zach's place looking as weird as possible.
I'll show up in a sombrero and a mustache with a.
Oh, hi
super
guys.
soaker.
What the hell are you wearing?
I wouldn't unlock my door. Nope, stay locked.
Do you have anything, Ben? Dominic? Dominic?
And there it is. And there it is. That's why we don't think.
Come on, Dominic. You know a good answer for this. Come on. Do I have to say it?
What do we? Oh well, there's Asmorgan.
Okay, there. Thank you.
It's Asmorgan on Rebels. I could live without never seeing that character. I could live with never seeing that character.
One more
again.
season, and that's it, maybe.
One more
I
season.
could live with never seeing the Bindu again.
Then he'll get his own standalone comic, which will lead to his own standalone book, which will lead to an standalone movie, and so on and so forth.
Remind me who Asmorgan is.
He was.
You don't want to know.
Well, I've seen him. I just don't remember it. I tune out stuff I don't like.
Yeah,
like
he-
midichlorians.
You know what? The more I
Stop
hear,
it. Stop.
the more I hear
Stop.
about midichlorians, it sounds like something that belongs at a pool.
Okay.
Not
You were
that-
saying.
Yeah, that's not.
Asmorgan.
That's not where I thought that was going. Yeah, so Asmorgan is the red Jabba concept creature who's like one of the gangsters they keep encountering on Rebels.
I still don't remember. Okay, good. I've tuned him out.
Yeah, no, that's the right plan. So yeah, Asmorgan, I guess also the puffer pig from Rebels as well.
Whoa, now hold on just a second, sir.
I remember the SWU episode where Dominic would not shut up about that. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Terrible. Well, I'll just say that whole Rebels episode, Idiot's Array, was that. I could just actually Rebels episodes, and this is why we didn't win the podcast award this year.
You and that damn puffer pig. You know what? I wonder if you fried up a puffer pig, if it would taste like bacon.
I'm sure it would be delicious. I'm sure it would be delicious, but it's not what I want to see. I want to see Lando running around with a puffer pig.
You know what? That sounds like the tagline for like one of those B movie pornos. Lando and the puffer pig.
Yeah, there's the
Like
Mondo.
Lando looks so perfect. My goodness, you look good enough to eat.
God. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
And so he replaces the puffer pig with Lobot. Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, Buffer Pig with the headset on.
Yeah.
God. All right. Have we beaten this horse to death yet?
Didn't some trivia stuff to do tonight?
Yes.
There's something that's supposed to be happening, but I don't know. We're so far past the plan that I don't even know what day it is.
So,
You know what?
go ahead, Mondo.
I was gonna say we're so far off the plan. I think some rebels came and stole them. See what I did there? See what I did? I made this awkward. Kinda.
And now it's awkward.
Yeah. I'll just dwell in this awkwardness for a few minutes.
Always count on you, Mondo.
Wow. Thanks, Ben. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, it's time for the Star Wars Wastelands Carrie Championship match
thank God.
between Benjamin Hart and Dominic Jones. Dominic lost his title in a fatal 5-way, really a fatal 4-way, because I don't think Mondo tried to answer a single question correctly. Not that he could have.
I passed on a true false.
I'm going to go to the former champ first. So we heard rumblings that you might have let the birthday boy win that day. Is that true?
Did you take a dive? Did you? You know that's against the Star Wars Wastelands Trivia Challenge rules, right? No diving alone.
Allegations of
Are you shoeless Joe Jackson?
And that sort of thing are greatly exaggerated. No, Ben beat me fair and square. And I would just remind Ben to look at the standings, remember who has more wins, and flukes happen, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alrighty, let's get right to it.
All right,
then. We got Ben Hart versus Dominic Jones here. Round number 1 is the messenger round. As I search for where I put the questions. All right, here we go. Each question.
Who are we messaging?
You're messaging me. You will message me throughout the game, but McMahon will be asking some questions at times.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
round number 1 is the messenger round. Each question is worth 2 points.
Okay.
Question number 1. Which famous Star Wars character has less than 10 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy?
No, I think I could answer that one. Holy crap.
I feel like this could fit a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Every character.
At least
Every
2.
character's famous.
There's 2 acceptable answers for this question.
Yeah.
Wilbur Hood, maybe? He's famous.
Yeah, based on the number of people we saw at Celebration dressed
5, 4, 3, 2.
I honestly don't know. But, yeah.
That's why you're not champion.
Oh! Mondo throwing the shade.
Well, Dominic Jones
Mondo
answered Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is definitely not true. Did I just say Mondo answered? Sorry, that was about a Mondo type answer.
Damn, dude, you just answered so bad. You look like me.
And Ben answered Boba Fett, so Ben gets the point.
See, that was actually my thought process was going to be Boba Fett.
Was the other acceptable answer Yoda?
No, Yoda definitely has more. So does Obi-Wan.
What was
Jabba the Hutt.
I couldn't remember how many Yoda had in the end.
what's the other answer?
I said Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba? Yeah.
Yeah.
Greedo?
Jabba.
If you think about it, if you don't think about it, but 10 minutes of screen time is a lot of time. Like I think Vader only has 8 minutes of screen time in A New Hope.
Yeah, that's
but
threw me off. I was thinking about that.
Whole original trilogy. Remember, not just one film.
Right. But still, you can take some characters and that feel like major characters that aren't necessarily that.
What was the other acceptable answer, though?
Oh, Jabba the Hutt. I was looking at Jabba the Hutt, which would have been close.
All right. Fair enough.
Question
All
two.
Question number 2. In the new canon Thrawn novel, what is the name of Thrawn's aide?
Oh,
What is the name of Thrawn's aide?
I still haven't finished the Thrawn novel. Half a book to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and answers are in. Ben answered with nothing, unless he sent it to the wrong person.
No, I freaking.
And Dominic answered Eli Vanto, who I absolutely had fallen in love with that character in this book.
And it's the right answer.
Yes, that's the right answer. That's correct.
We're off to a great start, I think, then, in this championship match. I gave a Mondo answer for the first one, and you just gave up.
Well, I think giving up is better than giving an answer that we'd expect from Mondo.
All right,
question number 3. How did Adam Driver say he felt after getting into the Kylo Ren costume?
What?
I know this, I think.
Ah, come on.
1 answer's in. 10 seconds.
I would have felt sexy. I don't know about him, but that's how I would have felt.
Reaffirms my thought that the answer is not turned on.
Answers are in. Ben has answered evil, which we will not accept. And Dominic Jones has answered pissed off, which is absolutely correct. Alrighty.
Stupid
Moving on
ducks.
to question number 4.
Wait, so why did he feel pissed off?
My guess is that costume was a pain in the ass to get into. That
Yeah.
thing's everywhere.
Exactly.
And he bleeping hates the mask.
Yeah, what really happened was they got his measurements wrong.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt the little driver.
Alrighty. Question number 4.
He pinches my nipples.
Calm down, Drake.
As long as the costume doesn't have nipples.
Right, question 4.
Number 4. In Star Wars Battlefront for the next-gen consoles, meaning the PS4 and the Xbox One, what was the first major DLC released?
Disappointing.
It's an acceptable answer.
I believe he asked about the DLC, not the overall game.
Holy crap, guys. Did we do our top 10 tonight?
No.
Not yet.
No, we did not.
Back. Five, 4, 3, 2. Okay, answers are in. Ben answers Jabba's Palace, which is incorrect, and Dominic answers Jakku, which we'll give him. We were looking specifically for the Battle of Jakku, but we'll give him Jakku.
Potato, potato.
This is Sage you're talking about, who didn't want to give John Mack the Boonta Eve Classic when he just answered Boonta Eve. Just saying.
I'm feeling in a Gary Bettman mood tonight. Don't piss me off.
I'm not competing, so I can poke all I want. I'll be the PA tonight.
Whoa.
I'll be the PA tonight.
Whoa,
Don't
whoa,
make us call Nicolette again to beat you up in a trivia competition.
Hey, she beat me on one question, alright? Excuse me for not remembering.
What was the question?
Can't answer that.
Coming up.
And that's why he got it wrong.
No, because it may or may not be relevant to a question being asked in a later round.
Okay.
He is correct about that.
All right.
All right. The final question of the messenger round. For the Super Nintendo console, they released
5.
A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. What were the games called? So they had their normal titles, but there was something in front of them.
Oh.
Wow.
Answers are in. Both competitors are right with Super Star Wars.
All right.
All right, so at the end of the messenger round, Dominic is out to an 8-4 lead. Wow.
I can't get over how easy... That question was softer than a weenie at a nursing home.
Oh my God, Mondo.
Right now, I'm thankful for soft questions.
All right, round 2.
Mondo, derailing trains.
Sorry, at the end of round 1, Dominic's winning 8-4.
You don't have to rub it in!
Tye's here. Tye, we didn't ask you before the match, but Ben is the current champion. Do you think he has much of a chance to come back against Dominic, who has only lost once, I believe, in 10 opportunities?
Who's won the most games but is not the reigning champion?
Dominic Jones. It's because he choked.
Oh, then I would have to say Dominic's going to win.
Thanks, Tye.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, you won the most. I don't care about points. You won.
Exactly.
Obviously, Tye is still pissed about me sleeping in his interview.
Just
That is
because
clearly what is going on here.
What?
He said you're still clearly pissed about him sleeping through your interview.
I know. I responded, but I'm glad you guys didn't hear what I responded with.
I didn't get it.
That might apparently be for the best, I guess.
Alrighty, round number 2, true or false. Dominic, you are leading. Would you like to go first or second in category 1 or category 2?
Category 1, and I want to go second.
Alrighty, so Ben, here we go.
Okay, wait. How do we? This is vocally answered?
True or false,
Yes,
Ben? You
true or
just
false.
say true or false.
Alrighty.
Don't
alright.
pass.
Yeah.
True or false?
You have.
Well, let me think about this.
Don't answer it before the question is finished either. Just answer.
True. Answer true.
5 seconds to answer these. Okay.
Okay.
You get 4 questions. Each question is worth 1 point. Question number 1. Liam Neeson provided his voice for Star Wars Rebels. True or false?
False.
That is correct for 1 point. Question number 2. Liam Neeson provided his voice for Star Wars The Clone Wars.
That is true.
That is correct for 1 more point. Yoda appears in The Force Unleashed. True or false?
False.
That is correct. Yoda appears in The Force Unleashed 2.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
that was
final
almost a
question.
trick question.
Qui-Gon Jinn appears as a Force ghost in The Force Unleashed 2. True or false?
False.
That is correct. Ben runs the table to tie the game. Now we go to Dominic Jones. Okay.
All right.
Question number 1. Sam Witwer was a finalist to play Anakin Skywalker in Episode 1. True or false?
False.
That is correct for 1 point. Question number 2. Shadows of the Empire was originally supposed to be released for the Sega Saturn.
False.
That is also correct for another point.
All right.
Question number 3. Sam Witwer voiced multiple characters in Star Wars The Clone Wars.
True.
That is also correct. And finally, Sam Witwer provided his voice for 2 Star Wars cinematic movies. True or false?
True.
That is correct. So at the end of round 2, we got a score of 12 for Dominic and 8 for Ben. All right, We're going to move on to round number 3, where McMahon is going to ask you the questions, but you will answer the questions to me via messenger. This is a new round, so we'll explain the rules. This is called the round of chance, which I believe there's 4 questions, Fizz?
Correct.
Okay, so each question is worth 2 points.
Okay.
If you answer incorrectly, though, you will lose a point.
Ooh.
If you don't submit an answer at all, you will not lose a point. So there's some strategy involved here. Fizz, when you're good, as long as the competitors are good.
I'm good.
Oh, extra large yawn there. All right. Question number 1 in the round of chance. Who is the villain revealed at the end of Knights of the Old Republic 2?
He said Knights of the Old Republic 2, just so we're clear. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Dominic did not submit an answer. He will not lose a point. Benjamin Hart answered Darth Malak, which is incorrect. Ben will lose a point. You score 12-7.
Oh, shut up.
Fizz?
All right. Question number 2. Which Star Wars episodic movie poster does Chewbacca appear on?
Whoa.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers are in. Both competitors have answered Return of the Jedi. Both competitors are correct, bringing the score up to 14-9. 14-9.
Wait, how did
You both got it correct.
Yeah, no, but didn't. Oh yeah, never mind.
Answered
Have you forgotten how to
incorrectly
do
on
math?
question 1.
I don't know how to math. I don't know how to math.
Oh, it's a good thing you're not responsible for the math.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. Question number 3. Which Star Wars actor appears in Taken 3 that isn't Liam Neeson?
Just so we're clear, this question was asked earlier tonight, and neither person got it correct.
That's because it was a secret question, so only Tye had a chance
I
to
didn't get a chance to Google it earlier, dang it.
answer.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Nobody has answered, so we are not going to give away the answer, and we'll save the question. Again,
Nobody's answering because that movie was awful. Nobody
was awful.
saw it.
it was awful.
I say
they
save
do
that
take-
question for the next time I'm up, and then ask.
If they do Taken 4, I think Tye Nelson should play the villain. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Fizz, the
All
final
right.
question.
The final question of the round of chance. Who provides a voice for The Force Unleashed and The Force Unleashed 2 that isn't Sam Witwer?
Wait, sorry. Can you repeat that?
Who provides a voice for The Force Unleashed and The Force Unleashed 2 that isn't Sam Witwer?
Pardon me. That's a terribly worded question on my behalf, so we're going to reword that. That's not how it's supposed to be. Do not answer that. Okay. The question is supposed to be, who provides a voice for The Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2 that also provides a voice for Rogue One and The Force Awakens that isn't Sam Witwer?
Oh, okay.
Answers are in. Dominic Jones has answered David Collins, which I can guarantee you is absolutely correct.
Hey.
Ben Hart has answered Tom Kane, which I have a feeling might also be correct, but we're not entirely sure.
All about David Collins.
I can feel it coming
You know what?
in
I'll,
the
I'll,
air
I'll,
tonight.
I'll put myself up for this. I'm gonna see if I'm not sure if Tom Kane was actually in the first Force Unleashed, and I'm not sure if he did the
He was
movie.
definitely in the
Well,
Force Unleashed,
let's
that
go
I can
ahead
tell you.
and just say right now you're incorrect because he didn't do a voice for Rogue One.
Can't hear anything you're saying, McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
He did The Force Awakens, but not Rogue One.
Ah,
Oh, shit.
Alrighty, so that's going to bring our score at the end of this round.
oh yeah, he's Ozick Stern in the first Force Unleashed. Yeah,
Yeah,
he does Yoda and
that's going to bring our score 16 for Dominic, 8 for Ben. And we're going to the Jeopardy round, so I'd be extremely careful with how you bet, Mr. Hart.
you don't have to tell me. Jeez.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. You need to submit between 1 and 10 points how many points you're betting to me on Messenger, and the category is Star Wars episodic films.
How many points do I have?
You have 16, Ben has 8. You can bet between 1 and 10. Well, actually, Ben can bet between 1 and 8.
Right.
I can bet between 1 and 8.
That is correct.
You can't
Yes,
bet more points
episodic
than you own, Ben.
You know, on Jeopardy, they give you the question before they make you bet.
Well, does this look like Jeopardy to you?
Actually,
this-
they give you
Famous
the
titties
category
for 500.
before you bet. And you bet based on the
Oh,
category, so you're fine.
All right, famous titties for 500. They belong to Mondo.
That's famous titles, Mr. Connor.
Alrighty, here's your question. You'll be given 30 seconds to answer this one.
Titties?
Wait. How are we answering these?
You're going to answer to me via Messenger.
All right.
In the Star Wars episodic films, including Finn's sort of lightsaber battle in The Force Awakens with the Stormtrooper, and counting Finn and Rey versus Kylo as just one lightsaber battle, similar to Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Maul. How many lightsaber duels are there in the episodic films?
Question.
You have 30 seconds. Question.
Do we count Obi-Wan and Anakin versus the Grievous's guards in Revenge of the Sith at the beginning? No?
You have
A
30
lightsaber
seconds.
battle involves two people wielding lightsabers against each other.
Again, broke out. Couldn't hear what you were saying at the end there.
What about Attack of the Clones? I'm just gonna punch holes in this. Do Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku together, or are they separate?
That's one battle.
I think you're thinking like one lightsaber sequence.
Yes.
Okay, but so the sequence in Attack of the Clones, does that include Yoda?
Yoda would be a separate battle.
Okay.
It was a good
Not
question.
answering any more questions. You got 15 seconds.
Okay, now I'm confused.
What are you confused about?
Damn it, Dominic.
Oh, Dominic got like 2 questions. So what do you need to know?
Nothing. I'm good.
All right, so I'll repeat the question and give you guys 10 extra seconds. Here we go. How many lightsaber battles are there in the Star Wars episodic films if you include Finn's battle with the Stormtrooper, you don't include Obi-Wan versus the Grievous droids, and you count the Attack of the Clones end battles as 2 lightsaber duels, and you count the Force Awakens end battle as 1 lightsaber duel? How many lightsaber duels are there in total? Five, 4.
Wait, hold on. You said we get 30 seconds.
You've had about
But
2
you've
minutes.
had that, so...
There's no way either one of us are getting this right. Let's just be honest here.
I kind of feel like they're asking all these questions to stall.
Yeah, they absolutely are. It's JTE rule. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, I forgot to count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my. Alrighty, so Ben and Dominic both bet 8 points apiece. Dominic Jones has answered 13. Ben has answered 14. One of these two are correct.
What?
Dominic's right. Dominic's always right.
The answer is 14.
Hold on.
There are 14, and we're going to go through them together, so there's no questions here. Okay, so number 1 in episode 1 is Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon on Tatooine. Number 2 is the end battle. In episode 2, you have Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku. You also have Yoda versus Dooku. We're now at 4. There are 5 lightsaber duels. 5, count them, in episode 3. Do I need to name them? Or do we all agree that there's 5?
Name them, please, because I only count.
Yeah, let's name them.
All
Okay,
right.
we got
Obi-Wan and Anakin against Dooku again, which is actually a better lightsaber duel than people give it credit for. We have Obi-Wan versus General Grievous. We have Mason Company versus Palpatine. We have Anakin versus Obi-Wan, and we have Yoda versus Sidious. That brings us to 9. In episode 4, you have Obi-Wan versus Vader. I had to think about that. Wow, that's embarrassing. Episode 5, you got Luke versus Vader. We did not count the dream scene since it doesn't really happen. Depending on.
See, I counted that one.
Oh, well then you're missing one. You got lucky. It's a vision. And Return of the Jedi, there's a lightsaber duel. We're now at 12. Finn with the Stormtrooper, which we told you before, is 13. And 14 is Kylo Ren going up against Finn and Rey. The answer is 14, and I know Dominic is probably turning into the Incredible Hulk right now.
No, I know what I missed. Although
Now that
when
it's
did you
counted
guess?
out in front of him, he knows where he went wrong.
yeah, I missed Mace and Sidious.
See, I missed Yoda versus Sidious in Revenge of the Sith, but added in Vader versus Luke on Dagobah.
So, in an interesting
I just
of-
reject the notion that the Finn lightsaber duel should count for any. The Finn versus Stormtrooper should count, but the Obi-Wan and Anakin against the Grievous's guards doesn't.
For the
fairness,
record, I do too.
In fairness, we did tell you beforehand that they.
No, I'm just saying. saying.
In a reversal of fortunes here, the score was 16-8 for Dominic. The score is now. I almost did that wrong. 60. I almost took points away from Dominic.
He deserves it.
The score is now 16-16 heading into the final round. Ben is the champion.
Hold on a minute. How does Dom keep his points?
Oh, they're Jeopardy. Never mind. Yes,
It's
never
Jeopardy.
mind.
It's 16-8 for Ben.
It's 16-8. So it was a reversal of fortunes.
Yeah.
Apologies. No,
Damn
Dominic was
right.
not paying me under the table.
No, that $200 that showed up in your PayPal account was completely.
Thank
Well,
you,
now
Ben.
it's completely wasted since I'm paying attention.
All right. So Ben is still leading this. So Ben, we need 3 numbers between 1 and 7.
Between 1 and 7.
Yes.
So I'll do 2, 5, and 6.
Wait, is there no steal round?
No steal round this time.
Replaced
No
by
steal
the
round.
round of chance.
We switch in different rounds as we go. There's a few more that we're going to be debuting in the weeks to come. Dominic, we need three numbers between 1 and 7 that aren't the three that Ben picks, so really you're only going to leave one number out.
Wait, what are the three that Ben picked?
2, 5, and 6.
9, 7, and 1.
Between
9 is
1 and
not
7.
a number. Between 1 and 7.
You go with 13, 24, and 82. One. What did Ben take?
2,
2,
5, and
2, yeah, 2, 5, and 7. 2, 5, and 6.
1, 3, and 7. Wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those-
Yeah. Yes.
That is acceptable. It's locked in.
I'm going to ask Dominic his questions. McMahon will ask Ben his, assuming we get to any. Dominic is going to have to
Run the
get
table.
at least 2 of 3 to tie, and all 3 to take the lead. And the 2 of
I
3
could
would
still,
have to be
I could
second.
still f this up. So he's
Yes,
got
you
every
could.
chance in the world.
Yes, you could.
Somebody just get into an elevator.
That's my computer that whenever somebody logs on.
Ah, okay.
Now I'm hoping for some elevator music.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, so how are we answering these?
Vocally.
Vocally.
This is just Dominic, too, right now.
All right.
Correctly.
Shut up. I promise to shut up.
Dominic, your first question worth 2 points is in the category of Star Wars games.
Ugh.
Which Star Wars game came out for the original Xbox based on a character from Episode 1?
Oh.
Just so we're clear, this character is in more movies than just Episode 1, but it's based on that character from Episode 1.
Wow, that's ironic.
Obi-Wan.
That is correct for 2 points.
I just put that game away a little while ago. That's ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
All right. Dominic, question number 2, your 3-point question.
Yeah.
In the category of Thrawn, name both of the Hand of Thrawn novels.
Spectre of the Past, Vision of the Future.
That is correct for 3 points.
All right.
16-13 heading into Dominic's 5-point question and a chance to take the lead. What was the number he picked? 7?
7.
The
9.
category of Dominic's favorite TV show ever, Star Wars Rebels.
Hey. Okay.
Name 2 Star Wars Original Trilogy cast members who have provided their voices for Star Wars Rebels.
Oh. James Earl Jones and Frank Oz.
That is correct, and neither of the 2 I had listed.
Who did you say? Well, Billy D.
And Anthony Daniels.
Anthony Daniels. There we go.
So Dominic has taken the lead here, 18-16. Wow. Ben, maybe not pressure-packed, but
Pressure. Means any combination of 2. Or any question after his first one.
yeah, I was going to say. Fizz?
All right, Ben.
All right.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Your first question for 2 points. In the category, Star Wars novels.
Novels. Boy.
What was the middle novel in the Thrawn trilogy?
Dark Force Rising.
That is...
That is correct. That is correct. I have the wrong answer listed. That is correct.
You actually
Twice
had me
tonight.
questioning myself. I'm looking
Yes.
at that like, wait a minute. What?
Well, I'm just sitting there looking at it like, did I really write the last command?
You stunk tonight. Because that's the second one you've given me
That's
that's
the
wrong.
second one. I had Empires 1983. Thank God we corrected it before then.
And you call yourself a Legends fan.
I'm a spy.
All right, Ben. Tied the ball game. All you need is one more correct answer on either of your 2 questions. Your next question in the category of posters. Which Star Wars episodic film poster does a Fett appear on?
10 seconds.
I'm gonna say
5,
uh
4, 3.
Attack of the Clones.
And your winner, and still Star Wars Wastelands Carrie champion, the man with the horseshoe up his ass that lives in the cave that hasn't paid rent in 2+ years from the Star Wars underworld, Benjamin Hart.
Wow.
I'm fairly confident he would have also got his 5-point question correct. He did muff that one.
What was his 5.1?
It was in the category of box office.
Okay, bonus points here for either one of you, whoever answers first. Which prequel movie grossed the most at the box office?
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, Phantom Menace. Yeah.
I believe that is incorrect. Well, it's probably correct now because of the 3D re-release. Apologies. We were looking for just initial release. I believe Revenge of the Sith grossed more.
Did it?
Yep.
Oh.
But I guess Phantom Menace probably gets credit for that now because of the 3D re-release. I think they made. Was it like 130
actually, no. The box office Mojo listing for the original 1999 release has it grossing $431 million to Episode 3's $380.
That is domestically.
So look at the international.
Worldwide, Episode 1 beats it with 983 to Episode 3's 848. So the answer was Episode 1. You really stunk tonight.
I think that the Episode 1 includes the 3D re-release.
No,
it does not. The Episode 1 3D re-release in 2012 only grossed 102 worldwide. Yeah. Listed differently.
Pushed it over $1 billion.
It's okay, Sage. You have to be wrong.
You were just off your game tonight.
At least I sound good.
Unlike me.
Wow. So that was something else there, Dominic. I'm a little stunned. You probably hate that Jeopardy run right about now, don't you?
Oh, I think it's ridiculous.
I think that let's just be honest here. I think he hates you.
You know, this has been the night of upsets.
Are you trying to suggest that you're going to beat Nicolette to close the show?
Oh no, I know. There's absolutely no chance of that happening.
You can just feel his confidence in himself.
Wow. So, I guess when we have everybody in here for a roundtable, we got. This was not slated on the schedule tonight. Nicolette's still about half an hour away. Is anybody expecting anything out of Star Wars for Disney D23?
Yes.
What do you think we're gonna get?
Seems logical.
Maybe a little something about Han Solo. And probably, yeah, I think we might get a little something about Han Solo. It depends whether they go to Comic-Con the next weekend or the weekend before. I can never keep those straight. But those two are so close together that they could easily do a little something for Han Solo because, probably be a good idea to make the wider audiences aware of it before Ep 8, but also do a big Episode 8 push. So I think D23 is first, although I might be wrong about that. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Han Solo at D23 and like the Last Jedi behind the scenes sizzle because they seem to do one of those for each movie at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I think that seems like a reasonable expectation. Yeah. So D23 it is July 14th. So yeah, that would just do a little Han Solo teaser, and then the next week get the cast together at San Diego and have a sizzle reel like you did for Force Awakens. So yeah, I think we can get a little something, but nothing too major. I mean,
You guys have any scoops on what the Solo movie might be titled? Any ideas, anyway? Without it sounding incredibly corny?
No. I think
Kessel Run.
I think just Han Solo and something a Star Wars story.
What about just Solo?
I feel like it's got to be something other than Solo or Han Solo because they've put a lot of work into saying the untitled Han Solo a Star Wars story film. It's not. It's gonna be really weird when they announce the untitled Han Solo a Star Wars story film is titled Han Solo a Star Wars story.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what we'll get at D23 is the title. It'll be like I suspect it will be Han Smuggler or something.
Yeah, I think they'll work Smuggler in there somewhere.
I take it they couldn't do something like Smuggler's Run since they already do the audio dramas, right?
Yeah, exactly. But because I remember when they did that cast photo with them all in the Millennium Falcon. I remember that the notification I got from the Star Wars app was like Han Solo Smuggler, and there were like three things. There were like three descriptive words for Han Solo, and the first one was Smuggler. And I remember thinking, "Ooh, is that the title?" Like Han Solo Smuggler, a Star Wars story, which is kind of
could be Star Wars: The Smuggler Awakens. Rogue Smuggler, or The Phantom Smuggler, or Attack of the Smugglers, or The Revenge of the Smugglers. Sorry, I'll stop.
All of those sound like porn titles.
I would assume that would have either Smuggler, Kessel, or Bloodstripe inside.
Ooh, I like Bloodstripe.
Yeah.
Inside the title someplace.
Yeah. I think
I think it's going to be something marketing friendly.
Yeah.
And best friend.
Smuggler's pretty safe, pretty marketing friendly. So.
Ryan
Mondo.
thinks it's going to be called The Life and Times of Han Solo, the Galaxy's Greatest Smuggler, a Star Wars story.
I like that one.
Probably not a good idea to name a film something so long you have to take a breath halfway through.
I think that's what they should go with. Is that just stick with that?
So Fizz, we talked about a rumor, and we might as well talk about it now when we have these guys on the show. Sorry, you mentioned the rumor to me about the Last Jedi. You want to repeat what that is? And if you have the source that you read it off, that'd be great too.
Well, it's going around today. It's kind of been picked up from place to place. Nobody's really put their name on it yet. It came from. I want to say it was a European, one of the European rags. I don't remember which one, but it's being. It could have. That actually could very well be where it have been, but it is being reported today that, despite what we thought about Benicio's character in The Last Jedi, that he is actually going to play Duquesne.
Huh. Wait. Duquesne?
Duquesne, as in former owner of the Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
Where does this come from? Because I don't know about you, Ben, but this sounds like sounds like it might be
Fanfiction-y?
Yeah.
I could see that too.
This
Yeah,
is
we're not saying it's from a super reliable source. I don't even know what it was from. McMahon told me on the way home. But I got to be honest.
Express.
I don't think this
Express.
This doesn't sound too far-fetched to me. In fact, I'd buy this over... What the hell is that noise?
Somebody's sawing a log.
I think it's Mondo using his mic to scratch his balls.
No, I had an itch up my butthole. Okay, get it right.
Okay.
Scratch.
Don't visualize. Hey, guys, do not visualize. Just don't.
Too much information.
I think it's more believable than the idea that Benicio Del Toro is a Sith or Ezra. I mean, I'd love him to be Ezra. It'd give Rebels a little more credibility, but when you think about Duquesne...
This comes from Reddit, and I'm always suspicious of anything that comes from Reddit. So
here's I'm gonna say this right now. This is what it's gonna be. This is my prediction, and I'm gonna be right. He's playing a completely new character that we've never heard of before. That's who he's playing.
I think that's where my money is. Trying to find.
So what you're saying is that Benicio Del Toro is not playing Snoke.
I didn't say that. I don't know. I'm not ruling anything out.
What if he's playing Jar Jar Binks' secret lover?
Mondo?
It doesn't look like Queenie Julia.
It's possible.
Hey.
Maybe we'll. I feel like it's such the new thing to do that I know people get mad. Why does this person need to have anything to do with the last person, or why does this person need to be connected to that person to be?
Well, I gotta say that I was pretty disappointed that Lor Santeca was no one. Like there was no. I connected to his death in no way whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because he said his line was, "She'll always be royalty to me." It's like, okay, well, you meant something to her, but as an audience member, we didn't. So if we're looking at somebody like Benicio Del Toro, and we're like, okay, so what is this character going to be? And if he turns out to be some kind of badass, that's introduced like Boba Fett was in The Empire Strikes Back, then cool, it's a whole new character that we're attending with. But if not, and he has some kind of relation to the past, to these, I would hate for it to be another Lor Santeca.
Yeah, let's hope they don't continue the tradition of introducing a character at the beginning of the film and then killing them off literally 2 minutes later. Cough. Lor Santeca lure. So hopefully Benicio Del Toro is not that character.
Yeah, I suspect we won't meet Del Toro till midway through the film.
I agree.
This Duquesne thing is kind of interesting. It to me it feels like it's very fan fictiony, but it's also, it could be interesting.
I would love it if there's that much connective tissue behind the scenes. I would love it if they mention a character here and they actually introduce that character here. They're showing they're building off of something instead of just, oh, here's a brand new character that we've never heard of before. I like that kind of stuff better than the Rebel stuff showing up in Rogue One. I like the connective tissue that shows that they're planning this stuff out. They're not just making up as they go along. They have these characters that, someone is mentioned here, and maybe they'll show up later, and it's laying the groundwork for stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think what could easily have happened here is if Ryan was working on Episode 8 while they were making Episode 7, he would have had, the most recent versions of the script, and he may have, if he were planning a character that would have some kind of rough history with Han Solo, and then JJ just happened to, write this throwaway character, Duquesne, just a name to be thrown away. That could be a fun. He could just pull that name and apply it to whatever character he's already writing. My gut on this rumor though says no, but it's not completely impossible. Though, by the way, I do suspect if the character is killed off in the early scenes of Last Jedi, my money's on Hux, because I was surprised that he made it out of 7.
Yeah, I'm shocked really that they didn't kill him off. I feel like there's too many bad guys. I feel like someone, Kylo, not Kylo of course, but you got Hux, you got Kylo, you got Phasma, you got Snoke. Someone needs to go on that end.
Mm-hmm. The only reason I would hope that the only reason Hux made it out of 7 was that Rian Johnson has a plan for him,
Right.
and otherwise it makes sense that he would go down with his ship, that he would die with the Star Killer. But if they have a plan for him, then
didn't everyone complain that there were just too many parallels before? Isn't that just if you do that, do you not just literally say, okay, he's Tarkin?
Yeah, you do kind of. You do
I mean, I felt like we had enough of those parallels that we didn't need that one as well.
Mhm. That's fair. That's fair.
So instead, he goes at the end of the new movie. I mean, at the beginning of the new movie.
Yeah.
Snickerdoodle.
Keep him around just for that. But
I like Dominic Gleeson, so yeah, I just hope they do better with.
yeah, well, if based on what Rian Johnson said at Celebration about the First Order having all of this stuff, this other stuff going on, it would be interesting to see where Hux fits into the ranks of the First Order now that he essentially let their most important piece be destroyed. That he lost Star Trek base, and it would be interesting to see how does he fit in now.
Well, I hope, to be honest, now that I think about it, I hope no one from Force Awakens bites the dust right off the bat, because that means that, characters even like Phasma, we know she's going to do something in the movie. We've seen her in the trailer, but she needs to come back. She needs, after what she did and what she didn't do in Force Awakens, she needs development, and Hux really didn't do much at all. So other than just hang around and
gave a kick-ass speech.
Yeah, he did. But he needs. I feel like. I mean, there's really good stuff. I mean, people. I mean, you're seeing people can easily say, "Oh yeah, it's just Vader and Tarkin all over again between Kylo and Hux," but it's a completely different dynamic, and they could really develop that to a point where you could have those guys at each other's throat. That would be really cool.
I just hope that Hux doesn't become the pushover that Krennic was.
He's already surpassed that just by, not losing control of his weapon.
He let his weapon be blown up, so,
Well, I mean, in Krennic's defense, even if he'd have maintained control of his weapon, it still would have been blown up.
That's fair.
And probably by a very different team, because I watched Rogue One with the parents last week. And I just sat there and I watched it again, and I'm sitting there, and when the rebels start blowing up the base in the finale there on Scarif, it's literally not until Krennic stands up and says, "What are you doing?" that anybody even starts taking it seriously. How long would they have waited if Krennic wasn't there?
Yeah.
At what point do you stand up and say, "Wait a minute, we're under attack here"? Do the rebels have time? Does the Rogue One crew have time to get the plans and get off without doing anything if Krennic's not there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those tough. Yeah, it's it makes you wonder what Imperial rule is really like.
What kind of people stalk your super secret bases where you keep the deepest, darkest Imperial secrets?
Yep. Lazy.
Alrighty, well, I believe we've run out of time with the Star Wars Underworld guys. Before you two go, what's on the agenda tomorrow night? And Ben, what do you got coming up on IPC Friday?
So tomorrow we'll be talking about days 3 and 4 of Celebration.
Wait, 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days. Well,
yeah.
We'll explain why on the show on tomorrow. And but so a lot of the focus is going to be on Star Wars Rebels and what we learned about that at Celebration, and then we'll tell some stories and about some other adventures in the final hours of the convention and the hours immediately following days 3 and 4. Which although I will say some of the best stories there are the ones that can't be told on the air. So
tends to be a fair statement.
Yeah. So those are for I'm sure those are why you have to go to Celebration so you can experience those.
Some of what happens at Celebration stays at Celebration.
And some of it gets recorded and released as Megapod.
Speaking of which, whenever you guys release our interview, shoot me a link, please.
Definitely. I'll shoot you a message about that tomorrow. We may need to. There may have been some issues we're working on.
Great.
Yeah.
This is what happens when Ben falls asleep.
You can tell it was intentional because Tye does not remember Dominic having his arm around him, and I didn't see a picture of that, so clearly they were not recorded.
This is what happens when Ben
He doesn't
falls
like
asleep.
you.
No.
I tell you, I was not asleep. I was resting my eyes.
I think what it is that they don't want just me on the show. They want to get the girls from the new movie on, and they want to talk to them. They just want to do a whole new interview. I know what it is.
No, I really liked the interview because you kind of told us how you felt about this celebration, and you know it was pretty accurate. So I'm trying to at the very least salvage that. What wound up happening is there was some problems, and you may remember this with the levels as we were recording it. And then after we wrapped up and we said thanks, I noticed that the thing said out of memory. So I'm not sure how much of it actually exists.
Recorded.
So it may be a situation where we need to do a separate another recording so we can actually let people know about your movie and not just
Actually record the interview?
actually recorded. It's just the machine doesn't make a noise or give you a warning when you're running out of space. So we may need to do that, but we'll see. I haven't actually looked at the file yet, so we'll see where that is, and it'll either you may be hearing from me tomorrow saying, so when do you want to record again?
Cool, just let me know, bud.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and Mr. Hart, what do you got on Friday night?
We are talking more Pirates of the Caribbean. We're going to be discussing At World's End, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I should plug last week's because it's something you can listen to right now. We celebrated 3 years. This is actually IPC's right now. This is our 3rd anniversary right now, which is crazy. So we talked about that, discussed our favorite memories, and we talked Dead Man's Chest, and then we're doing At World's End this week, and then after that we're doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So stick around for that.
I'm Mary Poppins, yo.
Yeah.
Ben,
I should maybe get out and see that so I understand that joke.
You should.
Yeah, I still don't understand it. Ben, since I won't be there Friday, have you seen At World's End yet?
Oh yes, I watched it last night.
Just very briefly, do you think it's better than 2 or worse? I think I like 2 better than 3 personally.
I don't know. It's probably even though it's good, it's probably my least favorite out of the 3.
Totally agree.
So yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a lot to take in.
Just
awesome. Well, there you have it. Star Wars Underworld. Underground.
Star Piece Underground.
The Star Wars Underworld guys there, Ben Hart and Dominic Jones. You can catch them tomorrow night on www.channel1138.com, or I believe the StarWarsUnderworld.com too, correct?
Yeah, both of those shows you can be found on StarWarsUnderworld.com.
And that starts at 9 p.m. Eastern?
It can also be found on iTunes and Google Play.
Yeah.
Alrighty, gentlemen. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, and may the Force serve you well until the next time we get you in the trivia match.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. It was fun.
Good talking to you guys again.
Yep, definitely.
Good to talk to you. Night.
Nighty night.
So how far did Dominic fall tonight with his loss?
Well, the thing is...
To the bottom!
We got a tournament going on right now, and Dominic's not a part of it, and this was his rematch for losing the title, and he really killed himself in that Jeopardy round. I get it, he was going for the knockout, but I would not have bet more than 2 points if I were him. Was it? Or 3. I guess 3 it would have been. But Dominic theoretically might not be at the bottom, but he falls,
He's at the bottom of the legitimate contender.
He falls, out of the top 5. I can tell you that. And we still got 6 people alive in the number 1 contenders tournament. So it'll probably be a few weeks before Ben Hart is back on the show in the tournament. And Tye Nelson, depending on what his schedule is, will likely have a match next week or the week after.
Oh, okay.
Well, you won your match, so you move on.
Yes. Not next week, because I'll be at work next week. Possibly the week after.
10-4.
But just a heads up, I've been booked in a film that will be shooting in Louisiana, so it's going to be if I'm not at work, I'm going to be traveling and everything like that. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on where I'm at, but I should be able to make time for it.
Oh wow! So you've got an upcoming project. Is there?
Yeah, there's an independent feature that's being filmed in Louisiana that I booked a supporting role in. So I'm off to greener pastures since Utah's a desert.
Cool.
Well, it's greener. It's greener than where you're at now.
Yeah, definitely, and it'll be muggier with more humidity. Yeah, good times. That's home for me, actually.
Stay away from the gators.
I grew up in Louisiana, so good times.
So then we don't need to give you bayou safety protocols.
No.
All right then.
Good times. So we got about 10 more minutes that we got to kill.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes. But before we do, we're gonna go through a top 10 list here. So if you have something you want to chat about, we'll give you 5 minutes if that's what you were hinting at.
No, I
think he was just trying to get an idea of how much time we had to kill.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
and I was looking at the channel 1138 page, seeing if anybody made any guesses or stabs on Jaina's galactic writing, but nobody has.
I haven't even had the chance to look yet, but
Of
once
course
the show
not, you're
goes up
busy.
here, I will.
None of you guys should have been able to check it out because you're running the show.
All right, well, it's time for this week's top 10 countdown. Fizz, I don't know if you want to play the music for this. I'd probably do it since it's only a list of 10 and not 25. The interesting thing is McMahon and Mondo do not know the results of the top 10.
And they've tuned out.
Alrighty, here we go.
I can guarantee you that my top 10 had a game that's on everybody's.
I know the
Worst
top
top 10.
one. That's all I know.
Alrighty, so here we go. This week's top 10 is the top 10 Star Wars video games ever released. What happened is McMahon, myself, Mondo, and Thomas all compiled a list of our individual top 10 video games. If we had a game ranked number 1, they received 10 points. If we had a game ranked 10th, they received 1 point. So there's the possibility of 40 different Star Wars games. There's also the possibility that a game could get as many as 40 points, but we would all have to have that game number 1. Here we go. Starting from 10, we're not going to do honorable mentions because some of those honorable mentions could appear on the worst of list, which is next week. So tune into next week's Wasteland and get the top 10 worst Star Wars games ever. Here we go. Number 10 for the Nintendo GameCube, Rogue Squadron 2, and it took in a possible 9 points. 9 points. Number 9 is the Super Empire Strikes Back, which got an additional charity votes. Doing McMahon sort of caved on one of his, so I just gave them to this with 10 points, 10 of a possible 40. I love that game, by the way. That was an incredible game. Hard as hell. Freaking 2D graphics. Number 8, Lego Star Wars. The complete saga I have it listed as, since some people did not identify. 12 points. Coming in at number 7, also for the Nintendo 64. No, it was not meant to be released on the Sega Saturn. Is Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, a trivia question for Tye Nelson earlier. Dash Rendar was the main character, and he got that correct, which I have to admit, man, kudos. I didn't think you were going to get that one. And yeah, that came in at number 7 with 14 points. Tiebreaker going to number 6 is The Old Republic for PC. Also came in at 14. Number 5 is The Force Unleashed, which came in with 17 points. Number 4 is Jedi Knight Academy, coming in with 20 points. And number 3, to nobody's surprise, or the top 3 to nobody's surprise, the order, was a close call. Coming in at number 3 was Knights of the Old Republic 2, getting a possible 26 of 40 points. Coming in at number 2 was Battlefront 2 for the Xbox 360, the Xbox and the PS2, I believe. And the champion, which is not a surprise to anybody, number 1, Knights of the Old Republic, coming in with 39 of a possible 40 points, which is just incredible. Boys, does anything about this list surprise you the way it turned out?
Well, I had 1, 2, 3 in the order they finished, so I got it right.
I'm not surprised in the least. All those games are very strong games, and they all, that's really all you can say about it. So, I'm looking forward to next week's though, to revisit some of the stinkiest Star Wars games.
There's going to be some interesting math in that one, I'm sure, because Mondo's list is just going to skewer it.
Oh, my list is already done. I've already given my list to.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm saying your list is going to skewer because I'm pretty sure that 1 or 2 of my worst were on your top 10.
Yeah, for sure. And next week we can even maybe talk about those. So maybe next week, since we didn't do our honorable mentions tonight, we can save them and do them next week. And maybe explain why. Because that'd be kind of interesting. Because, like Sage said, I'm about 95% sure at least one of my top 10 was going to be on mostly everybody's least favorite 10.
Safe bet to make. When Mondo makes a top 10, everybody, stops and realizes that it's actually the worst.
Well, that's your top 10 for this week. Yeah, next week we'll have the top 10 worst Star Wars games. If you have a top 10 you'd like to see us do, which we compile as a group, feel free to send us a message and we will go from there.
Yeah, or, even if, you'd maybe like to, obviously it wouldn't count toward the the overall rankings, but if you'd like to submit your top 10, maybe we could discuss some of those and stuff like that as well. Be kind of fun to do. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, Marvel. Sticking with Star Wars video games, I guess this is sort of news, light news. The creators of Star Wars Battlefront have said today that Battlefront 2 will have 3 times as much content as Battlefront right at launch. Not really surprising considering the story mode, but definitely reassuring. Thoughts on that, boys?
I mean,
3 times 0 is still 0.
It was inevitable. I mean, they absolutely had to. If they came out with Battlefront 2, and it lacked content just like its, previous game, then they might as well just give up on the entire franchise. Not Star Wars as a franchise, but I mean like the Battlefront franchise, because it would have been toast. There would have been no coming back from that. So I'm glad that they learned from their lesson, and like I've said in previous weeks, I kind of feel like EA has started to kind of turn this corner, where they're starting to actually listen to what people want instead of trying to sell DLC. I know that wasn't necessarily apparent in the first Battlefront, but this is kind of started a little bit after that. So hopefully we're in for something here.
All right, Nicolette is just getting ready to join us. And I believe we've run through all the topics we have scheduled tonight, so we're just waiting for the main event here, which is just a normal rankings match between Nicolette and Mondo. But actually, we're going to take a second here to talk about a friend of the show. Your co-star and co-worker, JC Twist, pardon me, JC Moore is now married. Were you able to attend, or was that a surprise to you? Or
I got a heads up before, but it was the weekend I was down for celebration, so I knew what was going on, but for publicity stuff, she'll still be JC Twist. Her, so she still has her actors page where that's what she's known as and everything. Yeah, I know her husband and he's a great guy. And I couldn't be happier for the two of them.
Well, they definitely have our heartfelt congratulations.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. I know that. I don't think they've even taken their honeymoon yet. It was just that kind of thing that they said, hey, you know what? This is happening, so this is the right time, and let's just do it. And it was right. So I was able to communicate to her while I was out in celebration. And in fact, here's the thing. I don't know who she has on her friends list or her fans list, but she knew about the Jaina figure before I did. That was released at Celebration when I was there. I'm like, what? Huh? And I immediately go to the Hasbro booth looking for the guy who told me, no, this information won't be put out for months, right? So, of course, she knows I'm heading to San Diego Comic-Con as well, where they're supposed to actually have some of them released there. And she's like, you have to pick me up one. I'm like, of course I'm going to pick you up one. So, yeah. Segue into Jaina Solo.
I see. This is what bothers me with this stuff, though. Is
what's that?
You can find 90% of the Black Series figures anywhere. But if you want to get your hands on like Sabine or Revan, and I'm sure it'll be the same thing for Jaina Solo, good luck. The collector shops will buy them all up, and then you'll have to pay $100 for it.
This is what I mentioned before.
And I've never been able to find it. Eventually, one day, I want the Jaina Solo one. I don't collect a ton of Star Wars figures on my desk right now that I just set up for the show tonight. I got a Revan Subway Cup, Kylo Ren Subway Cup, Kylo Ren Pop figure, and a Kylo Ren Black Series figure. And even the Kylo Ren Black Series figures were not easy to find.
Right.
Yeah, I have seen the Revan twice. One of them.
If you see it again, buy it, and I will pay you shipping too.
Well, I didn't have $150 to buy it.
Oh, I thought you meant in a store.
No.
Don't buy that.
No. I saw one. It was at a place here called Movie Trading Company, which is kind of like a mosh posh store of like electronics and entertainment and pop culture stuff. And they had it, so I don't know if they had ordered it or if somebody had traded it into them, because they buy stuff like that done from customers. And then I saw like one or two at Con, the Dallas Fan Expo here, and they were all going for about $100, $100 to $150, and that just kills me. And that was my thing last week, Tye, was that I just, man, I hate just how the releasing of product is, especially like the big collector stuff. I mean, like it was like the Revan was voted on.
Yeah, it was something I mentioned earlier tonight too, is the exclusive stuff and how if they're introducing stuff like Hasbro, this is a Hasbro thing, you should be able to go to Hasbro.com and order it. So anyway,
yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. And I'm just kind of echoing what you said, and I said this too. One of the things that I wanted was the Finn Black Series with the bloody Stormtrooper helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I have looked high, I have looked low for that one figure, and I cannot find it anywhere. And then they've even released like the 2-packs. I don't know if you've seen them, but like the 2-packs of the like the helmets.
Mm-hmm.
And they had it in the helmet, like in those too, and I couldn't find that either. And I mean, like every time I went to a Walmart, a Target, a Toys R Us, anything of that nature, like I would look. I was actively looking for it and I could not find it. And then I looked online and it's like $75. It's just so ridiculous. But no, what kills and I said this a moment ago. What kind of kills me about like the Revan and like those fan voted ones is like they're voted on by the fans, and some of them voted on in very large numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just a handful of people voting. It's hundreds of thousands of people voting. Should tell you that the demand is there. These people want to buy it. But it's like they're like, no, money is bad. Don't give it to us.
Do you know what I hate?
What?
I hate making guests sit silently while we finish a conversation.
Good call.
Speaking of which, we are finally joined by Miss Babe The Fett herself. How you doing tonight?
Hi. I'm good. A little stressed, but
And we
good.
can't hear her.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear her fine, but I can hardly hear McMahon at all. He sounds like he has a sock in his mouth. I'm sure he's in that
Can't
sort
hear
of thing.
her at all, and then McMahon dwindled away.
Uh-oh.
I won't lie. I'm
Issues
eagerly
abound.
watching
I don't know why.
Tye.
Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah, welcome, Babe The Fett, to the show. You're getting ready for your second Star Wars trivia match. A win here to go to 2-0, and you move into 5th place.
Heck yeah, I do.
A loss here, you'll fall down towards the bottom of the top 10, and Mondo will get back in the top 10.
That didn't happen.
And a loss to Mondo, and you will never, ever recover your dignity.
Heck yes. I'm so ready.
Yeah, I totally can't hear her, guys.
I literally turned into Vin Diesel trying to drive to my house just now. Like,
Wow.
Apparently, Tye Nelson cannot hear Nicolette for whatever reason. So,
Well, I'm glad you turned into Vin Diesel and not Paul Walker.
Thank you, but that's too soon.
I don't get it.
Ouch!
yeah, ouch. Anybody want cheese whiz?
That's my heart.
All right, well, let's get right to this then. I apologize, Tye. You're gonna have to bear with us. We'll tell you what our answers are.
Am I writing in?
Well, I'm just wondering if everybody else in the community can hear too.
I can hear just fine, so the community can hear.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm out of luck.
He's the community.
Too bad for me.
He's very wrong.
I am the community!
I am the Senate. Alrighty, here we go. Round number 1 is the messenger round. You will open a private window to me, Sean Allen Giroux, on Facebook, and send your answers via the messenger. Each question is worth 2 points.
All right, let's do this.
Sick.
Alrighty, here we go. Question number 1. What planet is Deadeye Duncan on in Knights of the Old Republic? You have 15 seconds.
Oh gosh.
Answers are in.
that
Both
makes-
competitors have answered. Terrace. I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, me too.
Terrace.
He had to think about it due to a conversation we had the other day, wherein him and Mondo insisted on calling it Taurus.
Oh, don't change the story. No.
Excuse me, but you continued to call it Taurus, and I said, no, it's Terrace.
Fizz is doing the juvenile thing of acting like a big shot in front of the lady.
Pointing out facts.
And Mondo...
I'm saying you kept saying it. I'm not saying you didn't agree that it was right. I'm saying you kept saying it.
No, you just kept insisting.
Wait, who was just shouting?
Joe.
Man.
Oh, because it sounds like he's underwater.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, so I'm not the only one. Sweet.
Bummer.
Ugh. Edmonton's done.
Man, talking about Deadeye Duncan makes me want to go to Dunkin' Donuts, though.
I wish we had Dunkin' Donuts. All right, here we go. Question number 2.
Talking about anything makes you want to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
You're absolutely right.
Question number 2. What is the first planet you play on in The Force Unleashed? 15 seconds.
I feel like you asked that exact question last week when I went against Nicolette.
It's possible I don't remember. This is why I'm working on a list of a book full of questions to survive a 2-month period, but it wasn't done in time for today. So, both people answered Kashyyyk. Both people are correct, making it 4-4. Alrighty, question number 3. What character does Ben Mendelsohn play in the Star Wars universe? Ten seconds. I don't know if that's a real answer or not. Mondo. 5,
I was like, what?
4, 3, 2, 1, and answers are in. And Nicolette answered Krennic, which is correct. And Mondo was trying to type another answer in, and I even tried to stall for him, and couldn't stall long enough, apparently. So the only answer Mondo gave was was not Starkiller.
That was actually my final answer. So.
Not
so saying you were typing. So.
I mean, technically, I'm not wrong.
I suppose on a certain plane of existence, that's not incorrect, but
question number 4 in a 6-4 game for Nicolette. How many movies does Darth Vader's mask appear in? How many movies does Darth Vader's
so does
mask?
this include on him?
No, just his mask in general. Can be on him, can be off him, etc. You have 15 seconds.
Wait, movies that are out or?
Well, we can't very well speculate on movies forthcoming.
Wait, I need to be more specific. I'm sorry. Do you mean does this include movies that are coming out?
You're gonna have 5 seconds when I answer this. Does it include what?
Does this include a movie that's not out yet?
No.
Okay.
You have 8 Star Wars films. Oh wow. Answers are in. Nicolette clearly must have misunderstood the question.
Yeah, I think so.
Nicolette answered 2, which is incorrect.
Ooh.
And Mondo answered 6, which is shockingly correct.
Wait.
Now, we said Darth Vader's mask, and it could be on him or off him.
That's what I asked. I said, can it be on him? You said no.
I believe we said on him or off him. Did anybody else hear that?
I think there was some confusion.
I'm gonna chalk it up to Facebook, to call issues, because I definitely heard on or off.
All right. Well, even if Tye favors with you, Nicolette,
you know
it's
I
2 against you.
That correctly. You know I would have gotten that correct.
Unfortunately, a Facebook issue apparently has cost Nicolette 2 points, and it's a tie game again, 6-6.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm just more shocked that Mondo actually got it.
It's okay. It's all right. I'll give it to him.
All right. The final question of the messenger round. How many people play Luke Skywalker in the cinematic Star Wars movies? 15 seconds. Answers are in. Both people are correct. They've answered 2.
Very tricky. Very tricky.
We have an 8-8 game after round 1. Wow. McMahon is going to ask the questions, as long as everybody can hear him okay, for the round of chance. Okay, now how this works, Nicolette, Mondo's been here all night, is you'll get
Have I?
Who are we kidding? You still need to explain it to Mondo.
The round of chance. So what happens is each question is worth 2 points. There's 4 questions. If you answer correctly, you get 2 points. If you answer incorrectly, we take one of your points away. If you don't answer at all, you don't get points, but we won't take any points. So there's strategy involved here.
Okay.
Score is 8-8. Fizz, take it away.
All right. Question number 1 in the round of chance. How many film posters feature Count Dooku?
Star Wars episodic film posters.
What? Oh my gosh.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers are in, kind of. Mondo did not answer, so he will not lose points, and Nicolette answered 0, which is correct.
Man, that's what I was going to go with, and I was like, man, there's no way that it's actually 0. So I figured I would get no points to lose a point.
We have ourselves a... hang on.
Oh my gosh.
Tye. All right. Tye can now hear Nicolette. Fantastic news.
Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yay.
Fizz, go ahead. Question number 2.
All right. Question number 2.
All right.
How many Star Wars episodic film posters feature Lando Calrissian?
Fizz, ignore the answer that's for this one.
Okay.
Answers are in. Nicolette has answered 0. Mondo has answered 1. Mondo is correct.
No!
You were just really off your game writing these questions.
There's two different Return of the Jedi posters. One of them features him, one doesn't. They're both theatrical posters. So Mondo moves up to 10, and Nicolette moves back down to 8.
9.
8.
You lose 1 point.
Sorry, 9. Apologies, 9. Question number 3.
All right. Question number 3 for the round of chance. How many Star Wars episodic film posters feature Grand Moff Tarkin?
Ooh. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one.
5.
Oh God.
4.
You can
3,
abstain if you don't know the answer.
2. 1.
Ding. My
Answer is in. Mondo did not answer, so he will not lose a point. And Nicolette answered 1. Fizz, was she correct or incorrect?
Well, I don't know. You've been off your game tonight, but
If you
according
say
to
that again, I'm driving 4 blocks over to your house live on air, and it's not going to be pretty.
You've gotten 4 questions wrong that you've sent me tonight.
And have
Okay, I
corrected
can
each
say
one
you're
of them
off your game.
Before they said.
You have 0. You have 0.
That is correct. Grand Moff Tarkin is not on a Star Wars film poster. Theatrical film poster. Which is another point minus for Nicolette, and now the score is 10-8, heading into the final round of chance question.
All right, the final round of chance question. How many Star Wars episodic film posters feature Mace Windu?
Good old Mace Windu.
10 seconds.
My favorite playable character in Jedi Power Battles.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers are in, and by answers are in, no answers are in. The correct answer was 1.
Knew he was in episode 2 poster. I didn't know whether if he might have been in episode
3.
3.
3. He was on 3.
So
Yeah.
the score is 10-8 for Mondo, heading into the secret question round. Mondo is winning the game, therefore he will pick the questions.
I'm lost. This is new territory for me. Winning a game. What?
Okay, so Mondo, we need 3 numbers between 1 and 6, and Nicolette will get the 3 remaining numbers.
Okay.
In the order she chooses.
All right. So I'll make this easy. I'll just do even numbers 2, 4, 6.
All right. So Nicolette, you get numbers 1, 3, 5, but what order do you want them in? Remember, the first question the first number you say will be worth 2 points. The second number is worth 3 points, and the final number is your big 5-point question.
3, 5, 1.
3, 5, 1. Fizz, I will let you ask Nicolette, and I'll ask Mondo if needed.
All right, Nicolette, your first question.
Wait, do I verbally say these or do I type them in?
Verbally.
Okay.
All right, your first question. In the category of Hayden Christensen,
Mm-hmm.
what country is he from?
He's from here, United States.
That is incorrect.
What? He's Canadian, isn't he?
He's Canadian. He's one of us. He's one of me. One of me and Sage.
Damn it.
Canadian. Yeah. All right. Question number 2. In the category?
Sorry to take the lead here.
In the category of Star Wars games, what is the most recent Star Wars video game released for a console?
That's a trick question.
Wait, is that Mondo?
That's for you.
Oh. I'm gonna say Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens.
That is correct for the lead.
That's why I said that was a trick question.
We're going to go over to Mondo now. Nicolette has taken the lead 11-10. Mondo, for your 2-point question, to retake the lead and put the pressure on Nicolette. In the category of the prequel trilogy.
Oh, shit.
Wait, is this me? No, it's Mondo.
It's for Mondo.
This is Mondo.
Okay.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Mondo.
I know.
What was the budget for The Phantom Menace?
Oh.
Oh, man. Budget for...
Oh.
10 seconds.
Brutal. That's like evil.
You know what? I think this was was a question before.
It has been before.
Wasn't it 115 million?
That is incorrect. The budget for The Phantom Menace was $50 million.
Oh, he put that one. Mondo.
Mondo, question number 2, your 3-point question. And it's a softball, so a chance to put the pressure on Nicolette. In the category of planets, what planet does Obi-Wan fight Jango Fett on?
Wow.
I'm gonna get this wrong. Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Planet Obi-Wan fight Jango Fett on?
Suck me
10
sideways.
seconds.
No thanks.
Oh man.
5, 4, 3.
Tatooine. I'm drawing a blank.
That is incorrect. I hope you're not throwing the game.
I'm
This-
not.
Oh.
I just drew a blank.
The answer is Camino. You literally picked the furthest, most unlike Camino planet you could.
I know.
One is a barren desert. The other one is 90% water.
I know. I was just for whatever reason, I was just thinking Komodo. I don't know why.
Well, that would have been closer than Tatooine.
So I was
All
like,
right.
well, that planet doesn't even. I was like, oh, whatever. Okay.
Mondo, your 5-point question. And to retake the lead and to force Nicolette to get, well, at least her 5-point question right. Category number 6, the sequel trilogy. How many planets does R2-D2 appear on in The Force Awakens, not including Rey's Force vision?
2.
That is correct! Mondo takes the lead, 15-11. Which is going to put the pressure squarely on Nicolette here.
Well, clearly the pressure is squarely on Nicolette since she only has one question left, not 2.
No pressure, Nicolette.
Doesn't she have 2?
Nope. She missed the Hayden Christensen and got the Lego.
Oh, okay.
So it's down to question 3, and I'm sorry, Mondo, I don't like your odds.
Wait, what? Question 3? You mean question 1?
No, her third question.
Yes, but it's question 1.
It's question 1. Yes. In the category,
Man, she...
you couldn't have picked this better if you tried.
What?
In the category of Knights of the Old Republic, what is the second planet in Knights of the Old Republic?
Wait, what's the second planet? Is that what you just said?
What is the second planet in Knights of the Old Republic? 15
The
seconds.
first one? The first one?
Yes.
Second.
The second one?
No, the second
No, okay.
planet,
So,
the
yeah.
first game.
Wait.
What is the second planet in
Oh.
Knights of the Old Republic 1?
It's,
Sorry, Fizz was trying to mess with you.
Dantooine.
And your winner, advancing to 2-0, is the host of the Babe The Fett show, Nicolette.
Now, in fairness, you're the only person that I've ever taken out of the first round.
You're the only person who's not knocked Mondo out.
What?
I thought Mondo was going to win that one, then I seen how her questions broke down. I was like, oh, no. Poor Mondo.
So where am I now? What am I doing?
Mondo. Rankings will be updated tomorrow, but my guess is you're 5th. You're probably 5th.
Who did I beat out in 5th? Who's 5th now?
You would have advanced on a few people, but the problem for you is it likely makes Dominic your next opponent.
Oh, sideways. Oh, God. I want to take Jake David out first.
You're far and above where Jake is right now. I think Jake is 1-3. You're 2-0, undefeated.
Oh, my God. Wow,
Dominic's
you
lost
guys
twice
do
now.
this to me.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Next week, or whenever your next match is, you can use that because he's been going on about how he's got like the best record, but technically you have the best percentage record at 100%. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
I
you-
don't know what you're saying, but it sounds good.
And you beat 2 of the 3 hosts of Star Wars Wastelands. So, and Dominic and I would be the next 2 on your list. So we'll have to see if Dominic's schedule works, and if not, you might be going up against me. We'll see.
You know what? I'm not worried. I'm going to dethrone Ben, and I'll be back on top of the totem soon enough.
I need to look at my
Still alive in the
freaking
tournament?
posters. I'm not good with my posters.
It's definitely become a favorite around here is poster questions. So.
Yeah, thanks a lot, people.
Oh, you're
Hey,
welcome.
you still won.
I
But
know.
we've been going for about 3 hours tonight, and I think it's
All
I think
right.
it's about time to close it out here. Fizz, you want to go around the table?
All right. Well, let's start off with our special guests this evening.
Hang on, let me interrupt you. If you can, Nicolette, stay around in the chat after the show. We're gonna talk a little bit about the
my
gaming
gosh.
walkthrough we talked about.
Okay, I lost one of my eyelashes. Hold on, sorry. Continue.
That is the most girl problem I've ever heard. Like I don't think I've ever been to like a football game and there's just people thumbing around the sideline. I've lost an eyelash, guys.
I was just about to say that sounds exactly like Tye Nelson.
No, I seriously
What?
cannot find the other one.
How the hell does that sound like me?
Like, I'm gonna use that next time I'm losing the game of Call of Duty. Guys, I can't find my eyelash.
No, it sucks because eyelashes are black and everything I own is black. Like my bed is black. This underwear that's sitting on my bed is black. I don't know what the hell. I can't.
My underwear.
Wait,
Continue,
hold on, wait a
continue,
minute.
continue.
So you lost your eyelash in your underwear.
Yeah, I might have.
Oh, it sounds like you've had a fun night.
No, I've had an awful night, you guys. You have no idea. I think is it stuck on my butt? No, it's not.
That's
Fizz gets off the air.
Guys, remember how I said if these podcasts were actually videoed so that we could all see each other?
You don't want to see
Yeah,
me.
I don't think that. Yeah.
Man, I'm wearing a backward baseball cap and a tank top, wearing like basketball shorts and flip flops.
Oh, of course you are.
Fizz, you still alive over there, buddy?
I'll tell you in a few minutes.
Holy! So I've been playing this baseball game where we've just been doing this, and I just realized I'm winning 23-2.
You're lying.
What baseball game are you playing? That's the important question.
That free crappy one that was on the
Apparently
Xbox.
one that's not very good if Mondo's winning.
I've actually
Hey, now I've won baseball games 23-0 before. But then I'm not Mondo.
Yeah, you also play on Rookie.
Falls. All right, let's start at the top of the table with our special guests. You've been with us all night. Do you
Yeah.
feel worse?
Me?
Do you need a Silkwood shower?
I hope you're not talking to me.
Well, who else has been with us all night that's a special guest?
Oh,
Me secretly.
nah, man, I'm good. It was good hanging out again. I am feeling it now, and I'm going to be heading to bed shortly after we get off. But, no, it's been fun. And
It is-
congratulations, Nicolette, on your second win.
Oh, thank you.
Tye is like the nicest guy I think I've
Oh,
ever met.
shut
It's
up.
so sweet. I've known him for like 5 seconds. Like, you are so sweet, sir.
Like even like when he was in his match earlier, like he was like he had points, and he just like gave them away. Just so honest.
What the heck, Ty? You're like twice my age and you're like so cute. I don't even like.
Thank you.
This is quickly going off the rails.
Wow, wow. I thought the show went off the rails just enough with me on here.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just turned red a little. That's all. Shut up. I'll be rude. I'll be rude from now on. I don't even like you.
We've now officially re-entered high school.
What?
I have to say though, when we're on it, I do like Ty's gray hair look.
Where is my eyelash?
Just saying.
Guys,
Thank
it's
you.
my last hair.
Nicolette, it's just to your left by your right toe.
No, I.
If that turns out to be accurate, I'd be very concerned.
Dude, I would piss my
Dude,
pants.
he's Darth Titus.
I'm gonna have to go buy some tomorrow.
Wait, what? What?
Eyelashes.
Eyelashes, my lashes. What's my last?
Dude, women buy eyelashes.
This is a true story.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh
What are you
my
gonna?
God.
What?
Even look at my profile picture right now. I'm wearing eyelashes there. I think my eyelashes.
I
really
was
long.
going to ask. I mean, Nicolette posts a lot of pictures on Facebook. You've never noticed and thought, man, those eyelashes can't be real?
No, because
a lot
I
of people ask me
don't.
about my hair and my lips, if they're really that big, or if my hair is really like that long. The answer is yes, but my eyelashes.
I just thought you had strong eyelash genes.
I wish.
There's strong
Yeah.
eyelash genes, and then there's the one she wears. That would be like genetically modified eyelash genes.
Literally, I'm looking through my photos right now. How have you not noticed? Like, I feel like everyone knew this.
Well, like, okay, I'm not. I don't look at people's pictures and think like, oh yeah, those are totally fake eyelashes.
Yeah, you do. Get out of here.
Like, I mean, come on.
Like, to give him credit, he hasn't noticed my toupee either.
That ruins everything.
And
Yeah, if you can't bag on yourself, who can you bag on, right?
dude, I'm telling you,
I'm not answering that question.
man.
My mind's in the gutter.
Man, I'll tell you, man. Like,
Okay, I'm not talking about teabagging.
Man, okay. Speaking of that, like, I'm a big fat guy. Okay, like I'm.
You're the
fat.
big guy who teabags everyone.
No.
Or-
No. It's even worse than that. So like last week, I was like driving down the road, and like there's something moving around in the backseat of my car. So at a red light, I just kind of like reach in the back and I like position it to where whatever, because it was like a plastic bag, and I didn't want to like fly on my face when I was driving.
You would like that though.
Not really. So when I turned back around, you know, like there was like a weird thing, and all however many pounds I weigh just smushed my man beans.
Beans.
And
Thousand beans.
and it was without a doubt the most painful thing I have ever experienced. I had to pull the car over in traffic because I could not concentrate, knowing that I just sat on my own crotch. It was quite devastating to
I
me.
don't know why I have these like special powers, but like I always catch men doing ball adjustments. I don't know why. I'll just look and
Maybe you should stop looking at male crotches.
hands in the crotch area.
I think it's where you're looking, Nicolette.
It's okay.
Nicolette.
So what you're saying is that should we get to Celebration in likely Anaheim in a few years, we're gonna have to be pulling the whole eyes up here.
Yep.
Nicolette, let me
Yes.
point this out. A lot of men that do that in front of women, they want you to look. Okay.
It's okay. I'll look anyway. You don't have to make me want to look.
So
Hey.
what discussion were we on?
I
Yeah,
don't
well-
even know. We're supposed to be going home.
The last thing I remember is eyelashes, and then I put the headset down for a couple minutes.
That's probably for the best. This is degraded
And now we're talking about
into
male junk.
yeah.
This
Sorry.
seems like a perfect time to continue the chat off air. Why don't you outro us?
I concur. I think it's time for us to say goodnight. Tye, thank you so much for just
Ye-
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
For being cute, Ty.
Thank you for embarrassing the fuck out of me.
Why are you embarrassed?
Oh, you're twice my age and you're cute.
Three
Thanks. 3 times. Thank you. Same.
Everyone here is twice my age.
Damn.
Oh, I mean, come on. We're old, but we're not that old. I mean, Tye is, but not
We're, like,
us.
super weird uncles. Like,
Damn. Ty, like
I'm fine looking for a walker. It's all good.
hey man.
Mondo's practically like my uncle. He keeps up with me all the time, and he always gives me advice and is always there.
Mondo is everyone's weird uncle. Okay.
I am. Hey, Ty.
Yes, sir.
When you get your walker, I recommend going to Academy Outdoors. Like, you can get tennis balls. They're really cheap.
Exactly. But I have to find the pink ones.
Oh yes, they got multicolored balls there. You can get blue balls. You can get green balls.
Of course, I'm gonna get blue balls. Okay, let's wrap this up, gentlemen.
Tye sent me a friend request. Hold on.
Yeah.
I already did.
Nicolette, thank you for helping
Being-
derail the
being
last 20 minutes of
adorable.
this show.
Thank you for being adorable. You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, somebody has to, you can only have so many of us dudes. This sausage party just,
Yes,
it balanced out a
freaking
little
sausage party.
That was a funny movie.
What I'm best at.
No, it wasn't. That was a stupid movie. That was an awful movie.
I will still, like, Elise and I still have, like, this...
What the heck? Tye was at Celebration, and I was there too, and I didn't even know about him until 5 seconds ago.
Maybe he was... You know what?
What
Maybe,
is this?
That might be for the best, apparently.
you know what?
Apparently so. Someone might have got in trouble.
Hey, you know what? Tye might have been one of those people you saw just on their junk.
Yeah, you know what? But that would have been.
Yeah, this is what the last 10 minutes has been.
Cheers.
Outro.
It's
Outro.
Sage, thank you. Mondo. I can't in good conscience say thank you to Mondo, because I just can't. You can catch us. Yeah, I muted them because I can't. I don't trust them not to derail me any further as I finish the outro. You can catch us next Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, for Sage and McMahon, the final episode of Sage and McMahon before the rebranding in 2 weeks. You can catch us next Wednesday night right here on channel 1138 for Star Wars Wastelands. I'm McMahon. It's been an experience as always. We'll see you next week. And may the Force be with you all.
This is Talon Card, and you survived the Wastelands. Good for you.